out of there. That's a trash bag. Yeah. Trash baby. Alright, sorry about that, guy. She literally, I heard her digging around in the trash as I push the go button. Alright, let's say hello to everybody. Hello, Guinness. Congrats on first. Thank you so much for... Oh, you did not log in. My disappointment is immeasurable. Hello, Gaming Turtle. Welcome in. Thank you so much for logging in. Hi, Malware. Welcome in. All right, guys. I have a lot to say, actually. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna start with some, like, not really news, but just, like, my yapping, because I want more people to come in. Mostly regulars. Regulars need to come in and hear this, because it's primarily, like, their thing, and I know that we don't have everybody here. So, I'm gonna start off with my side tangent that I wanted to go on. So this weekend, I was cleaning, which is related to the big news that I'm sharing later. Hold on, wait, let me fucking get out of here, you trash panda. Yeah. Alright. Excuse me. My regular, yes. I would say so. Anyway, so this weekend I was cleaning my room, and one of my buddies actually showed me, he gave me a little video essay on a series, called Angel Engine. I was like, okay, fine, whatever, like, music and what I'm listening to now isn't doing it, so I decided to listen to it. But instead of just going to the thumbnail timestamp that he sent me, like an idiot, I decided to listen to the video the whole way through. So if those of you who are not familiar with Angel Engine was an analog horror series that got started on TikTok. I don't know when it started, I just know that's where it came from. And was widely popular because its narrative was pretty interesting. However, it sucked that all of the visuals, up to a certain point, were AI generated. And we know how I feel about that. I've talked about that over and over and over and over again. So it's whatever, right? So I was listening to it, and I actually found the narrative to be pretty interesting. But here's the caveat, right? And I think I have talked about this with my girlfriend, right? What's really sad about AI generated content in general, especially if it's a situation like Angel Engine, where the writer has the skill to make a good story and tell a good story, when they use AI to generate an aspect of the thing that they're making, it genuinely, in my opinion, kind of cheapens the rest of the work that's gone into it. And the guy who was making the video essay made a really, really good point, actually. He's like, I can't tell who is who. I can't tell if these little choices that are made in the design are intentional, or that's just what the machine was spitting out, or whatever. It was really interesting. I thought his takes were really interesting. I digress. I thought the narrative itself was really, really, really interesting, and I couldn't actually finish the video because I'm a little bitch, but I'll get to that in a second. I just thought it was really interesting. I thought the narrative was interesting. I was actually genuinely invested in the story that this guy was summarizing from this analog horror series, and he said he was never going to touch it unless they switched over to not using AI, which... at the point of the video that I had gotten, they did. They dropped the AI stuff. Hi, Anna! Stick around, because I am going to tell the rest of my stuff, but right now I'm just yapping because I'm waiting for more regulars to come in, because this news affects them too, so. I digress. All of this to say, so... he was yapping about the videos, and he was showing the videos and everything like that, and of course I didn't give a shit about the actual videos because it was all, like, AI generated bullshit, so, like, whatever, I'm not gonna give it the time of day. Is it good? It's good news for me, maybe not so good news for you guys. I digress. So, basically, we got to a point in the video where the person who had written the Angel Engine project, had switched to hiring an artist to help them with the project that they're working on, the Angel Engine project. And so the guy was like, all right, fine, I'll go ahead and I'll look into this and see what it's about, right? And let me tell you, If you've ever wanted any kind of evidence that I am a little bitch, I want you guys to understand that I was listening this video at around 11 a.m. yesterday. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. yesterday. I went to bed 12 hours later and had one of the most unrestful sleeps I've ever had because I would shoot awake and the first thing I would picture was the fucking horrifying human-made art. I did not give a shit about any of the AI-generated art. Up until that point, I didn't watch it, I didn't look at the video, none of that. But when he said that they actually put, like, human-made art in it, I was intrigued and I decided to go look at it, and holy shit! That's terrifying. It's terrifying. Like, it's fucking awful. It's called Angel Engine, and I haven't gotten to the end of the video, so I haven't been able to, like, truly decide whether or not it's something worth checking out yet. But genuinely, I think it's really sad, and I think it really cheapens that the writer who did write it, I think they genuinely had a lot of care and passion put into it, but the whole thing is just very cheapened when you acknowledge that they use AI-generated art as part of their content. And I totally understand that, like, well, I don't have the skill, I don't have the whatever, but I feel like at that point, like, there's nothing wrong with asking a friend who may also, like, pitch your idea to an artist, because I'm sure an artist would be more than happy to work with you on the project if it's something they think is really, really good. And let me tell you, it's fucking, I hated it. I really did. And now, like, I'm just in one of those modes where now I see the fucking terrifying art everywhere in my brain. Like I said, I would wake up late last night, and the first thing I would picture in my brain was the fucking awful art. And I it's good, but Jesus Christ, that thing has a soul. It's very interesting. People are calling it slop. No, exactly, because it uses AI. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly why. It's sad because, and like I said, the narrative itself sounded very, very, very interesting to me, but it's really, really, really hard to appreciate something when the art is cheapened, like, because creation in itself is art, writing is art. It's really hard to fully appreciate something when an aspect of the process, especially something like Angel Engine where it's very visual, it's very much cheapened by the fact that they decided to use AI art, and when they actually hired a human artist, it was terrifying, and it really got across the messages a lot better. And the only reason, from what I understand, that the Angel Engine creator went back to using AI art was because it was easier and faster to pump out videos, which is kind of yucky. Hi, Jacob! Welcome in! Hi, Yellow! Welcome in! Welcome, 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 welcome. So yeah, that's, can I tell you my great news? Sure, sure, sure. Boop, hi! Okay, I think we have enough people in here for the most part, so when Guinness gets done telling everybody the good news, I'll go ahead and go on with my announcement stuff. Yeah, drink water, God, how dare you take care of me. Slurp. And stretch, God. So first you throw me in a box and then you bully me into taking care of myself. Jessica, that's nice. Good for you. If that's what you wanted. If that's what you're after, then yay! Alright. Well, good for you guys. Congrats. Congratulations. Did I say that right? Congratulations. Congrats. You get it. Congrats. Okay. Well, yeah, congrats for you. I'm glad. I hope that it works out. I wasn't exactly planned, but I'm still over the moon and back. Yeah, congratulations. Is that what I said? Did I say it wrong? I don't fucking know, man. I feel like I was putting an extra N in there somewhere. Congrats to you, Guinness. I'm glad, and I wish all the best for your new happy family. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I have no idea. You just kept repeating it, so I typed it out for you. It's because I kept feeling like I was fucking it up. Okay, so a couple of announcements now that we have more people here. Not everybody's here, but, like, fuck them, I guess. That's what they get for missing out on Neon streams. So, a couple things. This week's stream schedule is going to look a little different. So this week's stream schedule is going to be, I have not a lot of time to do a lot of things. So this week I'm going to put RDR2 on pause, because I have to get art fight stuff done. So if you were waiting for more Red Dead content, that's gonna wait until next week. Unless I get my art fight stuff done early, which is entirely possible. If I really hammer away at it, maybe some days we'll switch over to Power Wash. But I just have to, I have a lot of things to juggle right now, so it will change. So that's gonna have to take a back burner for now. Second thing is, I am not going to be streaming probably Thursday. Maybe Thursday I'll stream. Definitely not Friday, because I am going to go on a road trip. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave on Thursday because I have to pack or prep or everything yet. I haven't decided for sure. I'll probably know on Wednesday when I get closer to that. But Friday, I will be gone for sure. I still have clips that are ready to be uploaded on all of my socials, so if you're not following me there, then you should be. I do have Instagram scheduling feature working now, so if wherever you follow me, the clips will be posted. If you are desperate for Neon content, I post there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is when the shorts get uploaded to my social stuff. But the reason I'm going to be gone, I may also be gone on Monday, because the road trip that I'm taking, we are going to get Hurst. And for those of you who don't know, Hurst is my girlfriend. She's moving in with us, and I'm going on the road trip to go get her from Arizona to bring her back to where I live. So a lot is changing. A lot is going on in my life. I still have a lot of packing and cleaning up and stuff to do. And I am trying to juggle art fight at the same time, because I only have like 7-8 days to get that done, and this road trip starts on the 26th, so I don't know how much time I'm going to have. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it all. So this week's streams are going to be for art fight specifically, and then after I get back, I'm hoping my stream schedule will go back to normal, but I just don't know yet. At least for like a couple weeks, it may be less. It may be just fine. I don't know yet. I don't know. I've never moved before, and I've never moved anyone in before, so I don't know what this is gonna look like. I don't know. I have no clue. But that's things are gonna change. Things are gonna be a little bit different, and Hurst will be here now, and so I'm sure she'll pop in on streams every once in a while. We'll make some content together, all that good stuff. More horror content, because I'm a little bitch and I can't handle horror content. That's like, so So that's gonna be her department. I'm just gonna be sitting on her shoulder and doing that. But we may have more stuff going on with her here. We'll do more like couple streaming stuff. But that is primarily it. I know I made it sound like it's a big deal, but it is a big deal. It's a big deal that like my girlfriend is moving in now finally. We've been long distance for about almost 5 years. It'll be 5 in March. And we're finally closing the gap. We're finally closing the distance, and she's gonna be moving in with me. And so I don't know how that's going to affect my content. But definitely art fight has to take priority this week, because I do not have the time to pack and to do art and to do regular streaming stuff. I just don't have it. I really am crunching the numbers in my brain, and I just don't got it, Mr. Krabs. It's just not gonna work out. If I get lucky and I manage to finish all of my art fight stuff before the trip, which I highly doubt that's gonna happen, but if I do manage to get it finished, maybe, if we're lucky, I can squeeze in a Red Dead stream on Thursday, if I even get to stream that day, if I've finished packing up and everything. But the way that this week's schedule allows me to do things is I will be able to do art fight stuff in the morning and get that done, and still make content for you guys, which I know a lot of you don't really care to watch the me doing art stuff. I know some of you do, but I know that's definitely not why a lot of you watch me. So I can still make content and hang out with those of you who enjoy just having me on in the background, and hear from my rants and stuff like that. And it gives me more time to still make sure that I can pack up and everything. I am still gonna try to get clips ready to go, because I only have them ready to where I get back from the trip. So hopefully I will have more clippable stuff to post for you guys after the fact when I'm super busy. But this schedule should allow for me to get everything done that needs to get done. And I'm sorry that the content is going to shift gears a little bit, because I know, especially, like, I know a lot of you are not here for the art fight content stuff, but it is still part of the content that I make. Always has been and always will be. I am an artist, and that's how I started on the internet, was as an artist. That was my identity, and that's who I was. And now it's time to embrace it fully once more. Stream what you enjoy, the people will follow. Yeah. Speaking of, so I have a little side story I wanted to talk to you guys about. So yesterday, it's Pride Month, right? So people are like posting Pride stuff all over the place. And I was like, huh, because I got so many followers on whoa, hold on, my brain just shut down. So I got so many followers on my Instagram account from that Apex video, and one of the common themes that I saw in all of the people in the comments were a lot of, like, not so good people that are, like, anti-woke, like, little MAGA-y a little bit. And so I was like, I'm gonna do a little experiment, right? So I went ahead and I took a screen cap of my followers before I posted this, and then I reposted little Pride Vivian, sorry, their little Pokemon and their wings had little Pride colors on them. And I was like, I'm gonna repost this and see how many of my followers drop. Just because I was curious, right? And I was shocked when I checked this morning and found out that I had actually gained more followers than I had lost. So I guess the angry Apex video is outlasting the angry Pride people, anti-Pride people. Bit begging, a little bit. Can you please play Cry of Fear? It's free. I have to have Hurst vet it first. I can't just play anything, unfortunately. Congrats for closing the distance. Thank you, Hannah. It's been a long time, and honestly, like, genuinely, I know I should be excited, but I'm more nervous than anything else. I've never had anybody else in my space before living with me. Like, obviously, we've had visits and stuff before, but I've never had somebody living in my space. Like, I've never had a space that was my own, that had someone else in it constantly, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit, because I've just never done it before. I don't know how to handle it. But yeah, so Hurst has to vet it. Hurst has to vet Cry of Fear and see if I can play it. She also has to vet Last of Us, I think is the one that Hannah asked me to play. And then there was My Voice Zoo was another one that was requested. So when Red Dead is done, I'm going to do what I always do, and I'm going to post a poll for, like, these are the games everybody's asked for. You can vote on which one you want me to play next, and we'll go from there. I just have to make sure that Hurst can vet some of the more scary ones that people want me to play. Not scary, but, like, I know Last of Us isn't really scary, but it does, like, it has my sensitivities in it, I think. So I also saw your Christmas ornament video and posted the gift too high. I saw that. I do read every comment. I may not be able to get to every single one and like every single one and reply to every single one, but I do like them. I do like and read them. That fucking Apex video, it is impossible to keep up on all of the comments. There's just too many. And it sucks because I really, really wish that I could show each of these people that I really appreciate them commenting. Like, even if it's just a dog on me or whatever, because I have seen that. Like, I don't know, man. I just really appreciate that people are taking the time out of their day to comment on my video. And, like, you can say, like, well, people are just doom scrolling and whatever, but, like, I don't know. Like, it means it's a lot. I'm not really a big creator, you know? the traction that video gained was such an anomaly to me that I just didn't know how to handle it. It got to a point where I actually got like depressed because I was like, I can't tell all of these people how much I appreciate them sharing and liking and commenting. Like I can't do it all. And it actually made me really sad. Like it's an anomalous event for me. I don't know how to show these people how much I really appreciate them going out of their way to share all of my content and stuff. Even if they're more pissed off about the Apex thing than anything else. I think I found you from a YouTube short about you eating Christmas ornaments. Well, I guess if there is one video that you can discover me on, it'll be that is one of the best ones. Because I will say that story has haunted me for years. My friends never ever fucking let me live that down. Once I told them that story, they give me shit for that all the fucking time. There was the other time, I don't know that I've talked about this on stream yet, but I had the intention to. There was once a time where I just got out of high school, or like we just got out of high school for the day. Like we were at the end of the school day, and I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was just staring at the ground or something like that. I don't remember. But the way that my school was set up was you had the school on one side of the street, and then you had like the parking lot and the gym and the swimming pool on the opposite side of the street. And I had gym at the end of the day. So you'd go from your last class to gym, and then to get to the buses and stuff, you would have to go back across the street to get to where the buses were parked in front of the school. And I had a friend with me. We were walking, and I was just, I was depressed, teenager, edgy, angsty teenager. So I was, staring at the ground and everything like that. And I really genuinely thought that I looked both ways on the street, but apparently I did not. And so I started walking out into the street, and all of a sudden I feel like my entire torso getting yanked back, and I was pissed off. So I went to look at my brother. He's not my real brother, but I grew up with him, so I call him my brother. Anyway, I went to look at him and like cuss him out because I was like, what the fuck? Why are you yanking me around? But when I was yanked back and I went to turn to see him, I saw this truck that had this trailer driving behind it. And if he had not grabbed me and yanked me out of the street, I would have lost my kneecap. The fucking trailer would have taken my kneecaps with it. Because I wasn't paying any goddamn attention. And I swear to God that I looked both ways before I crossed the street. But apparently I didn't, because I did not see the trailer, and he did. He saved me from a fucking awful, mortifying, terrible injury. And I had the audacity to be mad at him at the time. I had a story about when I was a teenager. Oh yeah. Do you almost lose your kneecaps? Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. It's giving me more energy. I can't judge because my mom called me her little goat when I was a toddler because I chewed on literally everything. You got lead poisoning? Were you chewing on lead-painted toys? Here we go, coffee's done. I need that extra juice. I always say that coffee gives me juice. It doesn't. All it does is make me focus better. Which I guess in a way is a boost of energy because I'm not like ADHD fucking spiraling out everywhere or doing shit I'm not supposed to. The other day I was supposed to be working on my art fight stuff. I'm not kidding. I was instead like, oh, I gotta make my toy house pretty, so I went and found some fucking code and was trying to code my page because I'm a goddamn distracted idiot. But yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll start moving over. We'll start doing our art fight stuff, but obviously I'm still gonna read your comments and stuff like that, and we can share stories from when we were young together and bond. We can bond as streamer and chat. Now, Leaded Windows, the house group was built in 1823. Is it still standing? Is it creaky and old and leany? Like, it lets you take good care of it, but like the foundation can still shift and stuff like that. I know our house is doing that. our house's foundation is shifting, we think, because like we have cracks in the walls and stuff. But that costs money to fix, and we don't have enough money to get a whole ass house repair, so whatever, you know. Whatever. Don't mind me. I'm just scooting my camera a little closer. Don't freak out. Don't panic. I'm in your face a little bit more, but it's not too egregious. Here we go. Now we're gonna switch over. Let me actually get this shit rolling so I can read, and I'll read that out. Excuse me, pardon me, my bad. So when I was a teenager... Sorry, my brain is like shutting down in real time. So when I was a teenager, I lived with some friends. It was basically a party house where there's bottles everywhere. So a frat house. And stuff like that. One night we were in the backyard and it was absolutely disgusting. Long grass, shattered bottles, and we made a potato cannon. We shot it at the potato, went through our old neighbor's window, and we just left it off until we went to court because of it. Yeah, that's not cool. Listen, if you're gonna be if you're at a party and be an idiot, that's totally fine, but do it where you can't affect other people. Not there anymore, but the house is still there. Is it owned now, or is it one of those abandoned houses? Because we have houses like that where I live, where people used to live there and then passed away or whatever, and now nobody lives there anymore. And it's just like old and decrepit and stuff. There's a shed that I used to live by, or not live by, but like we would always drive on the road that it was by, and it was there since I was little, but it was always like, it was the most weathered, fucked up, like old house, like old like shed that was just on the side of the road, and it was just weathered and old and like just fucked up. Like it leaned big time, and it leaned more and more and more over the years until finally a couple months ago it finally collapsed. And I remember actually being like sad. I was actually more sad about it than anything else, because I grew up watching that fucking shed stand through the test of time and the strongest winds, and just, it's so sad. It makes me so sad. It's sad when things go down. They fall hard. I'm a Conjuring house or some shit. Owned. Oh, okay, I see. So you owned, or sorry, it's owned now. Well, at least it's taken care of then. At least it's still, like, in good enough condition to be lived in and stuff. Man, does that, like, sorry if I'm asking too much information, but, like, is it hard watching somebody else, like, move into your childhood home? Like, is that a rough experience? Because I've never experienced it, and I think I may have to one day, and I'm trying to, like, mentally prepare myself. Is that hard? Like, does that suck? Does it suck to have to, like, experience that? Excuse me. Alright, let me see if I can find some music to listen to for us. I would say let's listen to circus music, but I still think that I'm gonna get pinged for that, so, oops, if I could type, that would be fantastic. I don't want AI music. God, I'm so fucking sick of AI generated bullshit for money. Leg. My old friend Nick, who unfortunately passed away, was drinking near the fire and he actually fell in and burnt his whole leg almost to stick to, and then he died. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. Okay, can we hear the music? Is it too loud, Hannah? Yes. That's me. Let me see. Let's turn this down a little bit. That should be a little bit better. Should be a little bit better. Little bit better. Alright, where's my pen? Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of, like, I don't know. I'm yapping away. Where is the other layer for this? Where is my... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's the right layer. Okay. Now let's get this good. Let's get this drawn. Yeah. But yeah, feel free to sit back and relax and chill, do whatever you gotta do. If you want just me having, if you just want me on in the background, feel free. This is a chill space. This is a chill space where we hang out and vibe and yap to each other. That's what we do. That's what it do, Yogi. That is what it do. Hannah, so my buddy last night sent me a video of like my vocal stems, but it's just SpongeBob lines. And I did not realize how many of my stems and quotes came from SpongeBob until she sent me that video. And I was like, I have a problem. And then I showed the video to my girlfriend and she's like, this isn't even half of them. And I was like, what? You're telling me it's worse than I say even more? I thought it was bad. She's like, no, this isn't even half of the shit you say. I'm like, great. Thanks, Bubs. Good to know that I am, I'm just a robot that can only repeat phrases from SpongeBob. Jägermeister in 4 Loko and called it a day until the next morning he had to go to the hospital. My brother did that, actually. So my brother went over to Canada, not that, it was a couple years ago, I think. He went to Canada and he decided he was going to get drunk with his friends, which is not a super uncommon occurrence, you know, obviously when you're young and you have your own independence and whatever, you want to go do drinking and stuff like that because you're at the age and you're allowed to do so. And so he went to Canada with his buddies and he fucking, like, I guess he drank a lot of alcohol to the point where he blacked out. And I guess it was like they tried to wake him up and he wouldn't wake up, and they took him to the emergency room because they were worried that he was in a bad state or something. And I guess he was pretty close to like overdoing it on the alcohol. Excuse me. And since then my brother has kind of refrained from drinking. He is not a super big fan of drinking. Not a huge fan of drinking at all. Like it's just like turned him off after that. He does not have any desire to do it, which is like, I totally get it. Like, I was never one that enjoyed drinking ever anyway. Like, my problem is though, is that I can taste the alcohol, and I do not like the way alcohol tastes. Oh, I should probably change my fucking titles and stuff. Mods. Do I have any mods in chat right now? I think Hannah may not be listening anymore. That's totally fine. I'll do it myself. Prepping for art fight and yapping away art. There we go. Alright, there we go. Here we go. But yeah, and there was excuse me. Hi, Kim. How are you? How are you doing? I saw you were sick again. I hope it's not too terrible. I hope you are still with us. Thank you for logging in, Kit. Self-proclaimed mod. Mod sees him. Don't worry, my mods are on vacation right now, it seems. I am my mod. Only reached that point when my sister told the family she was pregnant. We were celebrating at the time. I was working with my dad. I got blackout drunk. My brothers drew my face and woke up with a large penis on my jawline. I had to go work with dad. Oof. It was just enough to fuck my streaming. Really? Did you have, like, was it a bad throat thing, or just felt like shit and couldn't do it? Which is totally understandable. Like, I totally get it. Gotta erase this wing line. It's really annoying me. Go. There we go. I can handle that later. Don't know, it was just was asked for 4 hours. Really? That sucks, I'm sorry. Maybe you got a weird strain of, like, the vid. I know in my experience, and I know my body is weird, like, compared to everybody else, I'm aware of that fact, but, like, for me, when I got COVID, like, I've had COVID, like, 3 times in my life, And the first time I ever got it, I'm not kidding, and this happens every single time. Every single time I get COVID, every single day I get a different system. I am playing a roulette every single time I get COVID. Every single day is a new symptom. It's crazy. The first time I had like the joint pain, the first time I got it and it was at worst, I got the joint pain, and then I had a headache, and then I had like head congestion, and then the next day, like the last day that I had it, I had I lost my sense of taste. Also, The Amazing Digital Circus has given me mild depression. Don't spoil it! I waited to watch the whole series until the last episode came out, and now I have to sit down and watch it with Hurst, because she wanted to watch it too. But I'm impatiently waiting to watch it. Ugh. If I didn't have so much going on this week, I would 100% sit down and watch it right now. But alas, duty calls. Alas, it is time to close the distance. Weirdly enough, you never got COVID. I'm glad for you, because let me tell you, that was one of the worst sicknesses that I've ever experienced. And I think what made it suck for me the most was that I was just so fucking tired. Like, not only was I dealing with the roulette of symptoms, but the only thing that was that was constant through the whole time I was sick with it was I was exhausted. Like, I was absolutely exhausted all the time. No matter how much sleep I got, I could not sleep enough. Like, I just could not. I was fucking exhausted. I could not get anything done. It fucking sucked. Couldn't get a damn thing done. Because I was just so goddamn tired. Oh, I wish I could watch it with you. I know. But we're probably, I assume that's going to be something that Hurst and I do for like a date night after she moves in, is we'll sit down and watch binge watch the whole series of The Amazing Digital Circus. I remember when it came out, I watched like the first and second episode, and then I was like, not really interested. But then like the more I saw about it, the more I saw it was like actually, like it was more than just an episodic thingy. My girlfriend was like, oh, we should watch it. I'm like, well, I'll wait till the series is over, because I hate waiting. When I got COVID, I was talking like a 30-year-old long smoker and couldn't taste or smell. I was coughing, sneezing. My nose was absolutely awful, and I was constantly drained and drank nothing but lemon iced tea and Burger King onion rings. God. Ow. Let me know when you do. We'll talk. Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you know. It's probably going to be after she moves in. Probably. If I had to guess. Because I think this week is really, for the both of us, we're both just in prep mode. Like, my parents are getting ready. Because they want to come with me to go get her. So, we're going to get, we're getting prepped to do that. My mom is, like, figuring out the best route and stuff. I'm trying to get my shit cleaned up so she has a space to stay. Because she's sleeping in my room, obviously. So, yeah, a lot of stuff happening. Lots of stuff happening. In my household, in the Neon household. Isn't that the Amazing Digital Circus? Isn't that from the people from Fortnite? Yes! Whenever I get sick, I sound like Sam Elliott for some reason. Hold on, we gotta go. Sam Elliott. Wait a minute. Let me see if I recognize this guy. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. That name sounds familiar. Feels like I should know that. I do know who that guy is. My dad really likes that guy. I think. If it's... Yeah, I think so. Yeah! Guys, is it bad that I actually genuinely really enjoyed the Ghost Rider movie? I don't know that people... Hold on, let me look at this. What are the reviews on that fucking movie? Oof. 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.3 on IMDb. I really enjoyed that movie. I just like Nick Cage. I just enjoy Nick Cage. Pictures of me and my friends. We lived in the frat house, as you call it. It looks like a crime scene. Yeah, that checks out. Did you guys see that fucking, like, what is it? That hazing incident where that frat house had a bunch of guys just locked in the basement shirtless? Have you guys seen that? Are we gonna go on a side? Can we go a side quest? People hate Ghost Rider movies. Yeah, people don't think that the Ghost Rider movies are good. Well, you know, to be fair, most of the media that I like, people shit on, so, like, I just kind of, at this point, I'm like, yeah, whatever. My taste is not great, as they say, but I personally just really like a lot of things that people don't think are good. Yeah, they looked like robots in charging mode. Yeah, how many of you guys have heard about that? Should we go on a side quest? Shall we go on a little side quest about these guys? Those poor frat boys. Oh god, hold on, I have to fix this line or I'm gonna get so, distracted. Visually, it's great. Ghost Rider? I mean, no, that's fair. I think that Ghost Rider was definitely one of the, like, special effects were pretty good for its time, I think. Considering. I like Ghost Rider, but I liked the guy with the horse. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's it. Hold on. Let me go. We're gonna go on this quick side quest real quick. Alright, here we go. Oops. That's not the screen you guys need to see. Don't look at that. Alright, so let's do the hazing. Alright. Hazing frat incident. Here we go. Frat hazing incident. Not caught. This one. The frat hazing situation is wild. No. I just want this one.
We now know more about why a University of Iowa fraternity had its charter suspended for 4 years back in 2024. For the first time, we're seeing this first-hand account of an alleged hazing incident at the Alpha Delta Phi fraternity in Iowa City. This is body cam video from the night of November.
Look, they're all just standing there. Like, they're just, these poor guys.
2024, showing police and firefighters responding to the fraternity for a fire alarm. But what they found was dozens of fraternity pledges in the basement, blindfolded and covered.
I didn't know they were blindfolded.
In water, beer, and other substances.
Oh my god, I didn't know it was that bad. I just saw, like, this visual here. I didn't realize that it was, like, they had, like, shit all over them and stuff. Man, that's fucking terrible.
Does anyone want to be forthcoming on what's going on? Any?
Nothing.
Oh my god. Look at these fucking... Oh my god. Dude, okay. Maybe... I never went to college, so, like, if I'm not... If I misunderstand, like, please correct me. But, like, isn't the purpose of a frat house to just, like, belong to a community? Like, just to be like, yeah, no, these are my boys! These are my boys! Like, just, like, imagine going through all this just so that somebody liked you, you know? Just so that people were like, nah, you're one of the bros, you know? Like, I don't know, I just think it's kind of stupid. I think that's kind of a stupid reason to do some bullshit like this. Like, I don't need you to like me bad enough to let you do this to me. Hazing sucks ass, yeah. I'm glad I didn't go to college, yeah. I remember me and my friends doing things like this to people who wanted to party. We just made them a shotgun, Four Loko, and they had to have beer and no hard sell drugs. We wanted people to have fun, not to be used and hurt. Yeah, like, this is ridiculous. This is just, like, I don't understand. Whatever, we'll keep watching.
According to reports, that fraternity president told officers the activity was, quote, the lead up to initiation. Following the investigation, police arrested one person for interference. The prosecutors, though, dropped the charge. For now, the earliest that organization can return to campus is July of 2029.
Holy shit, 2029? Because they pulled that fucking bullshit. They can't go back until They can't go back for just like what, 5 years? No, that's 3 years. I'm an idiot. It's okay. I'm not good at math. Crazy, dude. They're all just standing there. God, and none of them wanted to fucking own up either, which is crazy. None of them wanted to be like, nah, this is all for like to get into the frat house, bro. Like none of them even wanted to stand up and be like, wanted to be like, none of them even took pride in it, which is kind of insane. Like, here's the thing, right? Frat boys always get this like this this rap that they're like idiots and stuff like that. And it's like, I totally get where that comes from, but like, get into college, you either have to be like from a rich family or smart enough to like pass all of the shit, the entry exams and stuff, I would think. Maybe not all colleges, but like, these are smart people, like putting themselves through shit like this just because they want to be liked. Like, I think that's kind of insane. Literally, like, what is like, honestly, genuinely, does anybody know what the purpose is of a frat house in college? Like, does anybody know the answer? Somebody's seen a horror game. No, genuinely. Like, what is the purpose? I'm not asking to shit on it either. I just want to understand why, what is so good about a frat house that you're willing to put yourself through this kind of abuse? Like, what is the point? Is it just because it's part of the college experience? I don't know, man. I don't think I would. I don't care. Like, I couldn't even be bothered to, like, participate in any clubs in high school. Like, I couldn't be bothered. I hated school. I didn't want to have to fucking donate my time to after-school activities. I remember me and other people partying with us, and we had music blaring, and elderly woman coming across her asked us to be quiet, and after some convincing, we convinced her to drink wine with the quieter girls in the backyard. It was such a vibe. Well, that's nice. Have you guys seen that story of that, like, old lady that keeps coming over to her neighbor's house because she's lonely? And so the neighbor was like, we had the cops come over, those lights, you can't even see them, because she was complaining about the lights and saying they were too bright in his backyard or something. So she would just come over, and he was like, we already went over this, like, we had the cops come over and look at the lights, and they said that you can't see those lights from your backyard. If you want to come over and hang out, you can just ask. Like, you don't have to do all this if you just want a human interaction. Like, you can just come over. And I think that's so sweet. I think people are kinder than we're led to believe a lot of the time. Like, there's a lot of people that are just... There's a lot of bad and negative in the world, definitely. But, like, I feel like a lot of the people who are assholes on the internet don't necessarily represent the whole. Like, I think there's a lot more kindness on the internet than you would... Or on the internet, in the real world, than you're led to believe. Even if it's stuff like... Well, you live your life differently, but that doesn't make you any, like, I just think it's different. I think it's very different. Like, when you're on the internet, you're constantly bombarded by, like, different opinions, and you want to have your own opinion, and you want to fit in with the people on the internet and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it's just, like, I think the good social commentary on exactly what it is that, like, I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Krabs. I feel like listening. You know what? I'm gonna change the soundtrack, guys. Sorry. There we go. We're listening to this now because I said so. I lost my pen. I put it down and it got eaten by the void. Oh no! I don't know. I was never a partier. I mean, maybe the reason I feel the way that I do is because I was never a popular kid. Like, I never had a whole lot of friends to hang out with. I never went to parties. I never went to, like... I never did anything like that. So, you know, it's whatever. I honestly think, too, like, you know, I was the kid that, like, would pass out birthday party invitations and nobody would show up. So, like, maybe I just don't care. Like, maybe I just can't be bothered. Because I've never really had that kind of, like, I don't know. It sounds sad, but I think it genuinely just made me feel more, like, confident in the sense of, like, I can be by myself. Like, I don't care. I can't be bothered. Whenever there was partying, there was only alcohol, food, water, soda, with hardly drugs. But if there was only weed. We didn't allow really bad drugs. Yeah, I got you. I mean, parties are like sex. As long as everybody's having a good time and nobody is getting hurt, then I think it's fine. That's my thought. Parties are like sex. Not something I ever thought I would say. I remember there was partying, there was only a... yeah. Sam Elliott voiced a character in Back to the Barnyard. I vaguely remember that. Vaguely remember that. There was still strictly no sex because, you know, assaults could happen and that's like a whole thing, so you made sure nothing like that happened. Yeah. But I think it's more important that, I mean, obviously it's good to, like, have a rule like that, but if you know a homie that could, like, that's making comments like that, or is saying shit like that, I think that it's also the job of the other friends to be like, that's fucked up, dude. Like, that's not cool. But we're gonna pivot away from that, because I don't want to have any triggering conversations about that right this second. Maybe I can reserve that for, like, my podcast if I ever get it back up and running again. Maybe I can reserve that conversation for another day. Sam Elliott was in Tombstone. Tombstone? Is that a movie? Tombstone? Hold on. My dad actually... Is that... Hold on. Wait. I'll do my research. Wait. Give me a minute. ...1993 film. Ah! Yup. Okay, my dad is also a huge fan of that movie. And when we were gonna go down to Arizona, he actually asked if Tombstone was on the way to where we were going. Unfortunately, it is not. It is way out of the way. But he did want me to, he wanted to find out if that was a part of the trip we could take. Do you play Marvel Rivals? I do once in a great while, and I did once upon a time try to stream it, but there is something about Marvel Rivals that my PC absolutely despises when I try to stream it. It refuses. It refuses to capture it well. It makes it just an absolute lag fest. I do not know what the problem is with it. Part of the reason I am so, like, about Windows, like, I want to switch to Linux because I think that a lot of that Windows has a lot of bloatware on it that I think is making my PC struggle, and I really need to sit down and get my shit together for fucking Linux and get it all sorted, because I'm really fucking lacking behind on that. But it is just another aspect, another thing I have to get done that I just don't have the time right now to do. I just don't have the time right now. But I do play, yeah. Once in a great while. What team for Art Fight did you choose? I chose oh my fucking god. I picked comedy. And I would like to do, like, little icons, like little thumbnails for my characters holding comedy masks, which is also why my fucking schedule is so packed right now, because I have so much shit to do for Art Fight. Like, it's insane. My profile isn't done yet. My references for my characters aren't done yet. It's insane. And I can hear you saying, but Dion, you knew this was coming. Why wouldn't you work on this before? I don't know, because I thought that maybe I would have time after the teams were revealed. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. What do you play as? Primarily, I am a Cloak and Dagger main. I'm gonna tell you guys a little fun fact about me, right? So, I have a lot of, like, anxiety when it comes to playing multiplayer games like that, because I used to get yelled at all the time. I have always said on my channel, I'm not very good at video games. You can watch my stuff and kind of make that connection. Not very good at video games. But, but that doesn't stop me from playing them a lot of the time. However, it does make me a little anxious about playing, team-based games like that, because I'm always afraid that I'm gonna get yelled at. So I am absolutely terrified of playing anybody else. So when I do try to play another character just because I want to try them, I usually end up switching off a couple games in because I feel like I'm doing a shitty job. But I do want to get better at Devil Dino and White Fox. But I think that I'm just stuck as a Cloak and Dagger main because I'm a little bitch and I'm afraid of getting yelled at by salty people. My multiplayer games don't care if Jeff Landshark is absolutely unusable, but I was meaning that Jeff Sharkies might go, I don't know that he's unusable. Who says that he's unusable? Is that like the meta changed or something? I don't fucking know. Once upon a time, Jeff Landshark was like broken, I thought, because I was there when the game came out. I was there when the game came out, and Jeff the Landshark, people wanted to nerf him big time. Iron Man here, you're an Iron Man main? You fucker! Well, I guess you're not as bad as Spider-Man mains. You know what? You get a pass. You get a pass, Jacob. Spider-Man mains are my fucking nemesis. Especially as, you know, a healer who hangs out in the back. I tried to play Ultron once and I really sucked at him. And I also just didn't think he was fun playing. I was playing since the day it dropped. He's gotten a nerf again based on memory, but I don't care yet. I'm learning so if I ever see you on the battlefield, Jacob, I just understand that you have a random VTuber out there that has a vendetta against you. Although I will say, nothing pisses me off more than, like, people bitching about the heals when I am doing my damnedest in the back to give heals. I can't aim for shit. That's why I play Cloak and Dagger. Like, I am doing my damnedest to be a good healer. Like, calm down. Like, if you want me to be bad at heals, I can always switch to somebody like fucking Luna. I did want to try to play, Magic once upon a time, because my girlfriend was nice enough to buy me the skin, and I sucked at it. I still suck at it. And my girlfriend's like, well, the only way you can get better is to practice and play, and it's like, but I'm scared. I don't want to get yelled at. I think it comes from knowing that, like, when I play with my friends, you know, we talk shit about, like, what is this person doing? What are you doing? What is this doing? And it's like, I know that the other people in the game are thinking about that, or like, at least my teammates sometimes are thinking that way about me, like, what the fuck are you doing? So my girlfriend sometimes would be like, you did your job, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not! It's not okay! Well, Lythro did inspire me. Who's Lythro? I don't know who that is. Enlighten me. Venom, Spider-Man, Thor, Wolverine. People are good with those are actually scary. Satan, themselves if they had Marvel rifles.
Wolverine is scary. Wolverine scares the shit out of me. When I started learning how to play Devil Dino, like, Wolverine is terrifying. I know that's his job, though. He's like a tank killer, so I can't really be upset about it. I would love to I'll get into a game one of these days, and if somebody, like, talks shit on me and my heels and stuff, I'll just be like, I'm sorry, sad face. I'm sorry, I'm still learning how to play the video game, sad face. Don't know either. Oh, okay, hold on. Holding. Shit. Also, thank you for following me on, or watching me on DA Malware. I did see that, and I followed back. I don't know how long ago you did that, but I only just saw it. I recognized you today. Dear God, why can't I draw this fucking line? Excuse me. There we go. I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get, I think. God, there we go. Got it. Jesus. I personally don't care if I make them angry. I'm having fun. That's what matters. Whenever I successfully rage bait them, I do dance emote as Jeff instead of healing them to make them more angry. I head off early, Neon Funny. Okay, thank you for hanging out though, Yellow. I appreciate it. Don't put me in the box. What do you mean? On Pride Month? Come on. I'm gonna go back in the closet. Ow. Almost lost my headset. Thank you for the water, Yellow. Thank you. Thank you for the blessings. Oh. Almost lost my headset. Just sneezing so violently. Ugh. My girlfriend's got dad sneezes. She's got like the That was a terrible impression. Holy shit. Where do I send the short video of Lithro? If you want, you can join the Discord, or if you want to just send it here, that's fine. I don't really care. Alright, it's up to you. I will look at it regardless. Excuse me. If you do send it in the Discord, though, there's a 10-minute cooldown if you're not already in it. So just keep that in mind. Because we have had issues with hate raiders before, so I'm trying to make sure everybody is safe. Welcome in. It is Doodle and Noodle. It is Doodle and Noodle time. We're prepping for Art Fight. Jigsaw plays as Deadpool because it's easy. She's not great, but I'm sort of a boyfriend Jeff. Shark. Dude, I forgot about that. Alright, let's see here. Here's the video. Alright, let's see here.
Sick. I'm Spider-Man. No, I need this. No, bro, I need this.
Nice!
You got it? Nice.
I did.
Let's go,
Holy
let's
shit.
go.
I watched you like fly by going like, I missed.
Yeah, I dove out of there. I ran away.
I don't try and run away from a Scarlet Witch alt. I CC her, and if I miss, I die. Along with the rest of my bloody team.
All right, I like this person. They get a pass. I like them. Neon approved. I like that. Good shit, Jason. Or Jacob, sorry, my bad. Think about DVD. Decent you. There's a lot of stress going on, but I'm excited. I don't know if you got the announcement, but the Spark Notes is that stream schedule this week is a little janky, because I'm going to get my girlfriend, and I need to finish art fight stuff. She's moving in. We're closing the distance. Finally. 4 years in the making. Almost 5. Absolutely love the rage bait people do in Rivals. See, I don't know. I'm okay with it when I'm not the one getting it, but honestly, like, I just keep my head down. I'm just like, whatever. I'll just play my support role and get on with life. You guys are making me want to play Rivals, guys. I do not have the fucking time to be fucking around with Rivals right now. Although I don't know that I've tried Rivals with my good parts. Or with my new parts. Nope, I have to focus. I have shit to do. I have to get it done. I have to get my shit done. Like, I watch this person on Instagram and TikTok where they play as Groot and they always say, I am Groot over and over, and if they're playing Spider-Man, he says, I'm gonna play Spider-Man every time. God. I'm always just like, that's nice. That's nice. My girlfriend got hate millions. So my girlfriend, so remember how I told you guys that I'm bad at video games? My girlfriend is great at video games. That is what she spends the majority of her time doing, is playing video games. And because she's good at video games, she gets hate mail a lot. It also doesn't help that she is very, like, she has her, she takes pride in her identity and she's trans. So, like, she posts, like, she has, like, trans flags on her car IDs and stuff like that. And so she gets a lot of hate mail whenever she plays games with other people's. Apparently, just last night, she got hate mail from somebody in, like, For Honor. And they were like, yo, that killer is ass or something like that. And she was like, okay. And then she beat the guy. And the guy was like, nah, that killer is A tier. If you play them right, you just suck or whatever. And she ended up beating them. And she was like, okay, GG. And he was like, nah, you just suck. You're just bad. And she's like, I'm bad, but I beat you. And then she never got a response. Actually, she was grinding for me on DBD, and I asked her to, like, please don't try hard, like, kind of give up a little bit so that you don't put me in super high lobbies when I try to play the game. She's like, okay, sure, whatever. She's playing on my account, and she still got fucking hate mail. She got me hate mail because she's too good at gaming. She kicks my ass in almost every video game we play, with the exception of Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero is the only video game that I play where she looks and she thinks that my skill is higher than hers, which I doubt. But hey, I'll fucking take it. You know what I mean? I'll fucking take being good at something. Better than my girlfriend at something. Super Smash Brothers. I have actually. That is actually, I stand corrected. That is one game that I am pretty good at kicking her ass in. She does say I'm pretty hard to beat in that one. I do play Smash Bros, yeah. So I've been told I play the cancer character in that game. So, you know, maybe I should just go fuck myself. I main, Pyra Mithra. I just am a sucker for, like, form shift stance shift characters. I just am a sucker. I love stance shifting characters. I love the adaptability. It's the same reason I used to really love playing Zelda in Brawl. Little Mac main. Little Mac? Man, fuck Little Mac. Sorry. Like, respectfully, fuck that guy. Like, that is the one character that I pisses me off. Like, he just hits so fucking hard! I get it! I totally get it, but like, fuck me! Like, fuck me gently. I totally get it, but Jesus Christ, he fucking kicks my ass. Dude! 1,000 follower celebration. Maybe one of the things we can do is do like a Smash Brothers tournament. Oh, I wonder how many people would be down for that. I don't have a person that. Hold on, let me post a poll real quick. Hold on, posting a poll in my Discord server. Wait a minute. I have to post the poll part. Shit. Oh my god, can I not make a poll? Okay, hold on, wait. I have to do this on my PC. That's really unfortunate. Everybody in the Discord's like, what the fuck is Neon on about? Oh my god, can I not do poll? Fuck me. I look so dumb in my own server right now. Hold on. Here we go. Smash Bros Tournament. Yes. Yes. No. Post. There we go. Got it. Alright, let's see what they say when we come back. You have a poll channel? I don't use it. I do have a poll channel. I don't use it because I'm an idiot. I don't use it. I post like, okay, let me rephrase. I post polls when it's like little shit, like what's the best suit of cards, but when it's stuff like this, it just goes in the main announcements channel. Because I'm just a goober. Don't worry, when the debut hits, eventually, you know, things are gonna look different, but I just can't be- I'm a fool. You know, I'm poor, and so I can't afford to get the last little things I need for my debut. I lost my job shortly, after I started it, or I only worked there for like 9 months or whatever, so... Thing is, Little Mac, as soon as you get them in the air, he's basically nothing. Yeah, but like, I'm not good enough to get him to stay in the air. That's my issue, is like, I can parry and like, I don't know. I don't think I'm a very good Smash player. I just think that I play very, I mean, in any game I play like this. I am a very frustrating person to play against because I am a bait and switch kind of player. Like, I play like a little bitch. I try to bring the enemy to me, because if they're coming at me, then I have the advantage. I'm a very reactive player. Alright, play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I almost never, because I don't have a Switch. I always play Ganondorf. Yeah, that's fair. I'm absolutely terrible. No, that's fair. That is totally fair. Sorry, I had to look. I actually got second place. So back when I was younger, back in high school, we had a little like game night that my school, some of the clubs hosted. It was pretty cool the first time they ever did it, but kids stopped doing it because they had to bring their own shit. Anyway, I digress. And there was some cool activities and stuff there. Well, they highlighted that they had a Smash Brothers tournament, and it was pretty cool, but, and I remember I got second place. It was pretty good. Art stream, my lord. Hello, Dopamine. I know. Stream schedule has to be swapped around a little bit this week. Because I'm going on a road trip on Friday. I may not stream on Thursday. It really depends on how much stuff I get done throughout the week. But I am cramming for Art Fight as well as getting shit ready, like packing-wise, for my girlfriend to move in. So I'm just really busy. So I have to, like... I decided that this week I'm just gonna do art for my stream stuff, unless I finish my Art Fight stuff early. I just don't have the time. Road trip, nice, you got a route set up? Yeah, I know. My mom is the one in charge of plotting the route because I guess there are like certain towns that she wants to avoid or something like that, so we have to just, I'm just leaving it to her. Damn, you're busy. Yeah, I'm busy. So I'm cramming for Art Fight. I have like 3 or 4 more reference sheets that I need to make, and then I also wanted to do little like icons of my characters with their masks on for Art Fight. And then, obviously, like I said, the packing for the road trip and everything. There's just a lot. There's a lot happening right now. I'm really hoping that I can get everything done in time. And I think if I can really hammer at it, I should be okay. All of that's to say, I'm going to be drinking a lot of coffee this week. A lot of coffee. Coffee keeps me productive. Because I have ADHD. Which means it keeps me normal. Her name is Snoop. We walk and holding a dead mouse from the backyard. I'm not handling that. I have a phobia of mice, yeah. Busy. A lot of stuff going on in the world of Changeling Neon. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just a lot of stuff going on at once. And I know people are like, oh, you're procrastinating. And it's like, I know that's part of it. But also, like, fuck you. Nuh-uh. Coffee makes me sleepy. Decaf or like regular coffee, Jacob? Because if coffee makes you sleepy with caffeine in it, then you should kind of probably look into maybe having ADHD. Coffee makes everybody poop. I think that is the universal, like, the universal consequence of drinking coffee. Yeah, a lot of people find out that they have ADHD because they end up getting addicted to caffeine because it is a stimulant and basically regulates them. That's why a lot of, like, ADHD people are prescribed Adderall, because the idea behind it is it's supposed to stimulate your brain the same way that, like, it would naturally. Like, it's just supposed to kick your dopamine producers and receptors into high gear. Basically. My father drinks coffee black, that's what I had. I assume that means caffeinated. But that's fair. And then Ginger needs, I have so much to do. I have so much to do. Jesus Christ. A lot of coffee is going in my system this week. I'm gonna go to my girlfriend and she's gonna be like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Be like, ah! I have black coffee all the time. I can't drink any iced coffee because it has milk and I can't have milk or dairy products. It's so fair. Simply do what the rest of us lactose intolerants do and do it anyway. The stomach ache is worth the deliciousness. That's what I do anyway. My mom makes these basically, they're like blended. I don't think they're really milkshakes because I think milkshakes have ice cream in them, but it's basically like a blended a blended chocolate milk. And let me tell you, that shit will have me on the fucking toilet for literally hours. Literally, like, hours. Bananas. I can't have bananas. They make my tummy really upset. Like, some of the worst cramps, like, worst bathroom experiences I've ever had in my life came from the fact that I ate bananas. You know, for the longest time, I did not like coffee. My girlfriend likes to make, like, espresso and stuff like that, and I have to put so much, like, creamer and shit in it for me to like it, for it to be palatable for me. I'm just not a huge coffee drinker. I got more ice cream from work. Time for me to put my big boy pants on, and God, today's gonna have a rough day, yep. You know what I wish they would sell in stores? And maybe they do, I'm just fucking blind or dumb and never see it. I wish they would sell M&M ice cream in stores. I see M&M, like, cookie ice cream, like where they have the cookie sandwiches, but I don't ever see M&M ice cream. I want it. Why can't I buy that at the store? Why not? Tell me why. I want M&M ice cream. Tell me why I can't have that. Why is that not something I can just buy at the grocery store? Who made that stupid fucking rule? Fun fact, the USA has enough cheese to give every single person in the United States a pound of cheese a day for the next 4 years if we stop producing cheese today. That's kind of crazy. That's a lot of cheese. That is a lot of cheese. Do you guys subscribe to the, like, if your cheese has mold on it, like a block of cheese, if you just cut it off, it's fine? Is that something that you guys think is true? Live by? No! Do not tell me I drew on top of her for that wing. I must have merged the layers. Fuck. Oh well. Mistakes happen, I guess. I don't know when I would have done that, but it's okay. Easy to fix, just annoying. There we go. That's annoying, but again, like I said, not unfixable. They sell cookie dough with M&Ms here in Australia. You can just freeze it and eat it like that. It's not the real deal, but it's close enough. No, it's not! No, it's not! Don't even get me started on that. Ice cream and cookie dough are not the same thing. I don't eat that. No. Get out of here with that fuck-ass bullshit. No. In no universe is cookie dough and ice cream close enough to be ice cream, M&M ice cream. Absolutely not. Don't fucking, no, fuck that. If I want an M&M cookie dough, I'd eat fucking M&M cookie dough. It's not that hard to get a hold of it. I want pre-packaged M&M ice cream. Why does that not exist? That or the miserable neon, the choice is yours. I'm gonna be mad. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be mad. How dare you? How dare you even put those two things on the same fucking platform. Egregious. One's bread, one's frozen. Yeah, exactly. One's frozen cream. Bread is... You do not make bread with cream. What is... No. This is an unacceptable comparison. Unacceptable. Shut up, you're wrong. You're wrong. Listen, I don't have to sit here and argue with you back and forth. I understand what actual ice cream is, and whatever ice cream you've had in your life is a miserable, miserable copycat if you think that cookie dough and ice cream could be confused for one another. Terrible, terrible ice cream. Terrible. Absolutely unacceptable comparison. Ugh. Oh, my shoulder. Oof. Yum, yum, yum. Here in Australia, we have ice cream that has cookie dough in it, and honeycomb, and some Milo. Yeah, but that is not the same thing. If you put cookie dough in ice cream, then the cookie dough has to be something completely different. Just because you put cookie dough in ice cream does not mean that they are in even the same realm of each other. Just because you put chocolate in ice cream does not mean that chocolate is ice cream. This is not a square as a rectangle situation. That's not what's happening here. You can find ice cream with cookie dough in it all over the fucking place. That does not make the cookie dough ice cream. That does not make it. That's not what it is. That's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I actually tried one of those, like, you know how they have the ice cream bars with, like, cookie dough in it? It's really not as good as just scooped ice cream, in my opinion. I would rather just eat, like, scooped cookie dough ice cream, to be honest with you. Because it's weird to put cookie dough in a solid ice cream form like that, because it just ends up being weird when you bite down on one, and you're expecting, like, the stick or the ice cream or whatever. Like, it's just weird. I don't like it. I'd rather eat it scooped. You raw cookie dough. I know it's unhealthy and whatnot, but I don't care. I eat it like... I mean, me too. Cookie dough's great. I know you're not supposed to because, like, there could be salmonella in it, but, like, I don't know. Because it has raw eggs in it, but I don't know. I don't care. I want my cookie dough. I'm gonna eat my cookie dough, you know? And also, like, cookie dough that's meant to be eaten on its own is weird. Like, it tastes weird. I don't know what it is. Don't taste right. Although I will say, I think it is kind of something that as I got older, I ended up kind of losing interest in. Or, like, the taste of. My tastes have definitely changed as I've gotten older. Like, I used to not be able to stand coconut, and now I find I actually really enjoy it. And not liking coconut was a hill I was willing to die on for a really long time. But that has since changed big time. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Alright, back to doodling, sorry. Went on a little side tangent, almost lost my cool there. Also, Resident Evil 9, or 9, sorry, 2, the remake or whatever, I can't fucking record that anymore. My PC just decided, no. literally out of nowhere. It was just like, I don't think so. I definitely think I need a new GPU. That is the next thing that I need to upgrade, is my GPU. I love Rocky Road, and I love kind of little packaged Rocky Road, so all the pieces are separate. Love the coconut pieces, eh. Neon, have you played War Thunder? No, I have not. No, I have not. My brother, though, huge fan of War Thunder. I could never get into it. It's just not, like, I'm not big into, like, what is it? Historically accurate, like, war simulation. Not for me. But my brother, monster fan. Loves that game. Loves that game. He says he has kind of a love-hate relationship with it, though. I don't know if he's, like, actively playing it right now or not. Seems like some days he is and some days he isn't. I think right now what he's been playing a lot of is, TF2. Actually, let me look. I'm just gonna look because I'm curious and I'm nosy like that. Let's see what he's been up to. Holy shit, my brother has 5,000 hours on that game. Yeah, it says recently played 0, but I know he's been playing... I think he's been playing a lot of TF2 lately. Here, let's see. My brother's top games he's played, let's see. Game stats. Playtime in the past 2 weeks. Doesn't tell me how much game time he's got on it, goddammit. Alright. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know what he's been playing lately. Oh, does War Thunder have its own launcher? No, it doesn't. It says in here. It says favorite. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just being nosy. I'm just looking through my brother's shit. It says he's played... So his favorite game right now... is hold on, wait. Rarest Achievement Showcase. Team Fortress 2. 3,000 hours played. War Thunder is 5K. Wow. Interesting. Sorry, we did a little side tangent looking through my brother. Thank you for logging in, Luz! Play stuff's fine, and then I go back in anyway. Hi! Get ready. I'm prepping for art fight stuff. Be prepared. I played Titanfall 2. Unfortunately, the game is fucking dead here in Australia. You mean Titanfall 2? You mean the game that was made by the devs who made the other game that I got banned from? That I never played? You mean that Titanfall 2? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. My girlfriend made me watch her play that game, and she fucking lied to my face. Yeah. Nah, she lied to my face, because I really like robots, and I like robots that have, like, personalities, especially. And so she fucking... Spoilers if you haven't watched or looked into Titanfall 2. But, like, I was like, oh, is he gonna die? And she's like, no, he'll be fine. And then... fucking shit happened, and I was like, you fucking lied to me. She's like, what was I gonna do? Tell you yes and not let you get attached? I was like, fuck you. It's like, no, it'll be fine. I have a strong suspicion we're gonna get that SSBU tournament, are we? Is it doing really well right now? Oh, shit. Well, it's not too bad. There's only 4 votes. It could still turn around. Did you ever figure out why RDR froze? No, I did not. I assume it just got janked. Our game got confused or something. But no, I did not. I love robots with personalities too, yeah. I just like robots. One of my favorite movies of all time when I was growing up was I, Robot. I fucked with that movie heavy. I loved that movie. It actually made me really enjoy Alan Tudyk as one of my favorite actors because I really loved Sonny in that movie. That movie was so good, and I appreciated it only more when I got older. I am trying to get back into Cyberpunk though and finish it. Let me tell you, after not touching that game for like months at a time, I remember I got in the seat and I was a little rocky, but once I got back to where I got it to go, I was so back. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm so good at this game. I'm so fucking good at this game. Because I'm a fucking nerd. Excuse me. Trust me, BT 7174. Shut up! Robin Williams called, come on, give me that big anime eyes cover. I fucking love that movie. Everybody I've talked to says they can't remember that movie or they didn't think it was that good. I love that fucking movie. I love that goddamn movie. When will you play Alien Isolation? I'm glad that you brought that up. I have decided that Alien Isolation is a game that I am going to play when we hit a big milestone. I don't think it's going to be 1K because I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do for that. But I do have plans to play it for a big, like, celebratory type deal, because a lot of people have been asking me to play that game, especially because I am such a little Bix. Bix? Bitch. Thank you for following, ya boy! I hope you enjoy your stay for as long as you decide to stay. Feel free to get comfortable. That is a highly requested game. Are you gonna play Alien Isolation in VR? Do you want me to have a heart attack? Do you want me to die? That will kill me. Maybe, if we do like a subathon or something and we totally break all of the fucking stretch goals or whatever, maybe. Alien Isolation on its own is fucking pushing it, brother. 1.5k, maybe 2k. We might do it for 2k. I literally just saw a TikTok of yours. Oh, which one? I'm glad you had a good time. At least a good enough time to come check me out in my element. Welcome in. Feel free to get comfortable. We're chilling, we're yapping while I work on art stuff because I am mega behind. Mega backlogged. That's the word. Backwashed? That's not backwashed. Backwash is when you spit it in a glass and it's nasty. Oof, my neck just snapped, crackle popped. Yeah, maybe if I do a subathon and, like, we hit all of the stretch goals, maybe I'll do Alien Isolation VR. But I'm not kidding you when I say that would almost kill me, I think. I can connect the heart. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll get a heart monitor for, like, 2K or whatever. We'll do it for a big celebration. I will buy the heart monitor, and then I will play Alien Isolation. And then if we do, like, a subathon and we do stretch goals or whatever, I'll do VR. I remember my first playthrough, I literally held back tears of fears playing it through VR, holding my mouth, making me dead sad. Yeah, I get it. There is a reason why holy shit, I can't read. There is a reason why I hate EA. They do the dumbest things, like in your case, banning someone who's never played the game before. I don't think it would have been like, here's the thing, right? Is when I talked about it in that video, it's like, really it doesn't matter to me, because I never really had any major interest in Apex, and I just made another account and played it anyway, but it's like, I was more grumpy that they were just like, fuck you, even though they had evidence that I had not, like, that I was not logged into the account at the time. Like, where the account, because I think that I have a Sims account for, sorry, let me try that again. I have an EA account for Sims, other way around. And I assume that they saw that they logged into the EA account and logged in on Apex and cheated. But, like, what really sucks about that is, like, they had the evidence that I hadn't even played the game, that I was not logged in where I normally operate, and they still told me to go fuck myself. Like, that's the part that's more annoying than anything else. And then the fucking attitude afterward to be like, don't fucking open another ticket about this. Because they did tell me, like, we already opened this ticket. It can't be opened anymore. Don't ask us again. And so it's like, I'll just go fuck myself, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't really care. Your game is not one that I was, like, dying to play or whatever. So it's like, I don't really care. But it's just shitty. Like, it's just a shitty way to handle it, in my opinion. Clement posted so people see it and follow to see your Alien Isolation gameplay. I tried to tell people that I would make Fuda if we hit 1K by a certain time period, and it didn't happen, so I don't think that'll work. Good idea, but I don't think that it's gonna work. I mean, maybe. Maybe more people want horror than they want titties, but I seriously doubt it. I think I have to play a horror game to clip and then post and then tell people I'll play Alien Isolation. But I'm such a bitch. Oh my god, can I do this? Who are you drawing? I'm drawing one of my OCs for Art Fight. This is Zin, and I love her to bits. And I could go on a whole ass tangent about my OCs, but I will spare you all because I will go on for hours. But basically, I love her to bits. I've had her since I was in middle school and been working on her all this time. And I'm prepping for Art Fight stuff. Which, you know, is a little last minute, but you know, nobody ever said I was good at planning or time or, you know, being a responsible adult, so let's be honest. Of all of the people that you would count as a responsible adult, am I really one of them? Am I? But at least I'm aware of it. At least I don't take responsibilities that I know I am not responsible enough to do. Post a video called Jump Scare Compilation. It's just a rapid, fast video of you getting scared. I don't play enough horror games for that to happen. I don't even know that I have any horror games on my YouTube channel that I've played that I could even re-download. Drink water, thank you. I do need to do that. That is important. Nice. I'm also currently working on something as well, not for Art Fight, but as a hobby. Do tell. I love to hear what people make. I love to hear about what projects people are doing. Do tell. Give me deets. Give me deets, brother. Give me the deets! There we go. Little, like, little... There we go. Got it. I just tried to wipe my screen as if I had pencil shavings on it. Sometimes your muscle memory wins out over your brain. I'm also almost done with the portrait of Jessica. Oh yeah, how is that going? Good? Good progress, I hope. You know, I found somebody recently on Instagram that makes, like, swords and weapons and stuff out of those little, like, fucking pipe cleaner things. And my god, that sounds like that would be amazing to touch. I'm weird. I really enjoy the texture of, like, pipe cleaners, like the soft ones. Man, I don't know what it is, but I really love the way those feel. They're so soft and fuzzy, and it's just, like, the perfect... I don't know. I love it a lot. And so I saw this creator making, like, the little weapons out of them, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds like the best thing ever to handle. But it's really cool looking. That's why now to the left is her shading in the details of her cigarette. Nice. Feel free to post it in your creations when you're done, Guinness. I'm currently doing a cover of Bowser's Castle. Holy shit. I'm currently doing a cover of Bowser's Castle from Mario Kart World, which is the Bowser's Castle that goes harder than I expected. Really? Hold on, wait. I'm gonna wait, no, maybe I shouldn't. You know what? Fuck it. They can mute this like 3 minutes worth of fucking audio. Fuck you, Nintendo. So did you say it was Bowser's Castle from Mario Kart World? Mario Bowser's Castle Mario Kart World. Obviously in all caps. Holy shit. Fucking slaps, dude. I'm already on board. Holy shit. Alright, cool. You know what? That slaps. You're right. Good choice. Love it. But it's cool that you're a musician. I have a mega respect for people who make music. Hell yeah, brother. I'm excited to see it when it's done. When you finish it, post it in the your creations in my Discord if you end up doing that, or tag me when you post it, and I will check it out. Cause holy shit, I would love to see it. That shit slapped. She goes hard. I do love metal a little bit. I do a little bit of metalhead. A little bit. Not nearly as much as like Nira. Nira is like mega metalhead, but I do like me a handful of good metal. Oh yeah, and if you join the Discord, there is a 10-minute cooldown. Like, just keep that in mind, because we have had a raid problems before. So just so you know. Does Yeet have competition? I don't know what that means. Pittsburgh No Intro by Medi Affliction is an Australian metal band I like. Yeah. I personally am a huge fan. I know they're metalcore, I guess is what they call themselves. I really love Starset. I really like a lot of their stuff. A lot. That shit slaps. I also like some of, what is it? I can't remember what it's called, what they're called now. I'll have to look into it later, but yeah, I have my share. I'd say Starset's definitely my favorite right now, though. I really love Starset. I would love to see them live in concert once, but they don't ever come around as like the main band that tours. They did come around with I think Breaking Benjamin recently, but I was like, it's just not worth it to go for just the opener. Like, I don't really want to do that. I will say, though, if you like movie tracks, I went to the Hans Zimmer concert. Holy shit, that was great. I loved that. I love Starset. Me too, yeah. Dubstep! I like a handful of dubstep songs, so maybe I would like some of your stuff. I'm not a huge dubstep fan, though. I don't like trappy sounds. It's just my personal opinion, but I'll still sit down and listen to it. I will appreciate the work that you're making, regardless of if it's to my personal taste. I think it's hard work to make anything, and I think it should be appreciated regardless. I love almost every genre of metal, but my favorite is between black metal or deathcore, yeah. See, now you've lost me. I don't know enough about music genres to know all that. Get this line. Perfect, there we go, fine, whatever. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, the phlegm in my throat. The phlegm in my throat. Oops. Nira's gonna end up missing his stream streak if he doesn't show up. He's gonna lose it. He's not gonna hit the big triple digits. God damn it, Nira. Yeah, no, I think that all music should be appreciated, even if it's not for, like, my personal taste. Like, I'm not a huge dubstep listener, but, like, I can appreciate it. I will say, like, it's interesting how different people have, like, different tastes in music. Like, for some people, they really love the way, like, certain songs sound, and to other people, it's, like, just noise. Like, my buddy who's, like, really, really into, like, heavy metal. It's like, this just sounds like noise to me, but he absolutely loves it. It's like, you know what? Glad you like it. But for me, it just sounds like noise. At some point, it just starts turning into noise. I love almost every genre of metal. I also love DSBM. That stands for depressive. You probably know the S. Ah. Black metal, I see. Set 10 minutes and then I'll be able to see the other channels. Yeah, it's 10 minutes and then as long as you agree, like you agree to the rules in the rules channel, then yeah, you should be able to like see all the other channels. I'm pretty sure it's a 10-minute cooldown for like being able to post and stuff, but then like to get access to all the channels, you have to agree to the rules. I'm not 100% certain on that. My Discord server's a bit of a mess. They showed up early. Interesting. That's not good. You may not be able to post, though. I may have to tweak that. I may have to go to my tech people and be like, hey, can you fix this a little bit, maybe? Because, I'm kind of useless. A little bit. I'm gonna art dump in the server. Do it! Let me type 2. Interesting. I'll have to have my people look at that then. I don't know why that's being like that. That's annoying. I hate it when Discord doesn't do the things that I want it to do. Oh well, I'll have to handle it later, I guess. Depth in the elbows and stuff. Get this darkened up and we should be good. It's better. It should definitely be darker on that side where her head faces. I don't really like the techno dubstep scene, but I do like a song called DOTA. I don't know a clue what the lyrics are and so on. I know from an old video of a male stripper wearing American G-string and red bandana dancing to it. I personally enjoy, shit, I've lost my train of thought. Pride Art Days 12 through 5. Ooh! These are cute, Malware. I like these. I like these. These are cute. That's my train of thought. What was I talking about before this? I don't know. It's gone now. Brain dropped it, said it was no longer... Oh no, wait. This has to be back over here. I think the coffee might be wearing off. Either it's hitting or it's wearing off. It's one of the two. Definitely one of the two is happening. Shit. I don't know which video is gonna post today. I should probably look and see so I know what people are talking about when they comment. Now I'm gonna go back to drawing and then go to bed. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good night, Guinness! Thank you so much for hanging with me. Thank you for staying, even though we aren't doing anything, like, big or anything like that. We're just chilling and... We're just chilling and playing game. Playing games, sorry. We're chilling and doing art for art fight stuff. Doing art for art fight stuff. Alright, let's see what episode is uploading today.
No, I would never think that's
Loud.
disgusting and unhealthy. Why do you have
Loud! Loud! Oh, I see. It's the stapler. Uh-oh. Oh no! Wait a minute. Side quest time. Wait a goddamn minute. Wait a 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 minute. Funky Frogbait got themselves in trouble. Wait a minute. Drama? Drama that I'm actually interested in. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Frogbait. Drama. Oh boy. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. We're going on a side quest. Wait. I personally really love Funky Frogbait, so I want to know more about this for sure. Hold on.
Funky Frogbait is being accused of racism.
It felt kind of microaggressive that you're like, oh, people are gonna take my apology bad anyway.
I'm sorry for how aggressive this response was.
White people are not infallible to racism.
Funky Frogbait is not the overlying example, but they fall under it. And that is protecting your peace when it comes to certain queer white influencers.
They took so much accountability and they left their old video up. You mean the one that has 2.3 million views that's over a minute long, so they're making sure that they cash in for?
When you first hear that, you might be like, oh my god, there must be some insane piece of evidence that everyone...
Hold on, let's see. I want to see like a colored creator's commentary on this. Hold on, wait a minute.
White people, did I scare you? Did I get you shaking in your boots? Did I actively give you a PTSD moment? White nerds are a big phenomenon in the space of a lot of fandom culture because of white defaultism. You see, a lot of white people don't really understand that because white people are the main central focal point of a lot of narratives in fiction. It's the white hero saving the white girl, Mario's even white, Sora's white, everybody's kind of white when it comes to this. Even anime characters have bigger eyes as opposed to the counterparts of Asian people having smaller eyes because it's meant to appeal to the biggest consumers on the planet.
Okay, I appreciate, and I want to watch your video in full later, but I'm streaming right now and I need context.
Existing in this space is bad. Same reason why we have the nonsense of Hinata's not black. You know what I mean? You remember that song? Hinata's not black. Hinata's not black.
Okay, I need the actual Funky Frogbait. Okay, what actually happened? Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can find something that is... I don't want to see a white person's commentary on this if it's like a racism issue, but I do need something that's like quick and concise.
Funky Frogbait just claimed that the civil rights movement was a mistake and swore their allegiance to the Confederate flag. Or at least that's what you'd think that they did based on the response that we are seeing from millions of people. No, in reality, this situation is a lot more frustrating and a lot less deep than people are making it out to be, which in a roundabout way has made it so much more deep than it ever could have possibly been conceived to have been. Because the fact that the internet is trying to oust someone who is so clearly an ally, so clearly a good person, is both insufferable, terrifying, but worst of all, Unsurprising. Now, firstly, I want to make it clear before we get into this that Funky Frogbait might have some wee blind spots as a white person race-wise. Like, pretty much everyone does, by the way. And it might be good for them to realize those blind spots and work on them before repeating this same mistake of giving strongly opinionated, I guess, monologues about topics that they are uneducated about. Particularly on live stream format, which is a format they're not used to because it's a lot easier to do something like that there. Bottom line, what I'm saying is it's not like they did nothing wrong at all. And I will absolutely be showing you all where they messed up, but also why they messed up. Because as a creator who has been both racially abused and also baselessly accused of racism in my short career, I genuinely feel as though I have a lot to add to this conversation. Also, bottom line though, Funky Frogbait is clearly not a racist, and anyone who's saying that they are is, in my opinion, just trying to out-moral people or virtue signal, as opposed to actually going after genuinely racist people and getting to the roots of these issues. I'll talk about why that's happening in this video, of course, but first, I understand that this is going to make no sense to anyone who doesn't actually know anything about this situation. So preamble over, let's actually talk about what happens now,
Okay, good. This is the meat. This is what I wanted. Somebody give me some
with me
summary.
based on the first minute or so of this video to actually stay tuned and listen to what I have to say. I mean, if you want to base your entire opinion of this video and me as a person on that 1 minute where I don't
I just want to know what happened, my guy. I don't mind watching the video. I'm just live right now.
You know, if you disagree with me at the end of this and you think I'm a massive arse, that's whatever, right? But at least you'll have listened to me. So I guess first I should show you all who Funky Frogbait is for those who don't know. I'm sure most of you do though, because the majority of people subscribed to this channel are probably subscribed to theirs. They're a YouTuber, they've got over 3 million subscribers, and they're really, really good. I'm a genuine fan of this channel. I think that they're great. I think they're well researched, I think they're well written, I think that they're funny, and I think that they're creative as well. If you've never heard of the channel, I'd recommend you give them a watch because they are great, and if you enjoy this one, you will definitely enjoy theirs. I genuinely use it as inspiration for the type of content that I would like to produce in the near future. Now, just to be clear, although I am a self-admitted fan of their content, I am not going to be like this. There's no bias here. And there's a lot of people being like, oh, there's, you know, unintentional bias. You don't realize you're, but no, there's no bias here. I promise you. If I never heard of this person before, I'd still have this exact same opinion. Okay, so with them out the way, we are going to talk about Gooseworks. Gooseworks is like the antithesis for the start of everything, right? The thing that blew up Funky Frogbait and exposed them for the racist that they are.
Really?
Gooseworks is another horrific racist who thinks that the civil rights movement was a mistake and also is a massive fan of
Shadow, what are you
Confederacy,
doing?
I guess. In fact, from what I'm hearing about this person, Jesus, they must be KKK adjacent. This is Gooseworks here. They are the creator of a massively popular internet show called The Amazing Digital Circus.
Okay, well this isn't, I just want you to go over everything. I don't really want to, okay, alright, I may have to do this on another, like, side quest thing, because I don't want, I just want to know, like, what happened. Like, what is the short SparkNotes version of, like, what happened? This is a 24-minute video, maybe this is a little more concise.
A lot of people's heart probably dropped when they saw the title of this video said, Funky Frogbait Controversy. And I want to make sure you guys understand that this is not a hate campaign. I'm not trying to smear their character at all. This is just my honest criticism about the entire controversy. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain the entire context. I'm going to go over their entire apology video, and then I'm going to tell you guys Marshall's opinion on the entire matter. But before we get into any of that, we of course have to start the show. This is where Marshall talks about stuff following.
I like this guy.
This is the Marshall Show. This is the best show. The Marshall Show. The Marshall Show.
I like this guy.
Show. The Marshall Show. This is the best Marshall Show. Welcome back, my sexy niche community. I have to make this extremely clear that their pronouns are they, them. No matter how much you hate them or dislike them, do not misgender them. We don't do this around the Marshall Show. So I want to make that clear.
I like this guy.
And I'm going to tell you guys now, I don't watch Funky Frogbait. I'm not a fan of them. I don't watch them religiously, so I have no bias towards or against them. I'm completely unbiased in this whole situation, and I'm here as an outsider. But I did do my due diligence into understanding what happened, and I'm going to tell you guys right now. Okay, so all of this started on Sunday when Funky was streaming, and one of her chat members said that the Amazing Digital Circus was cool and wanted Funky to like talk about it or something. So Funky started talking about it because one of the last episodes of The Amazing Digital Circus caused a lot of backlash, and they were supporting Gooseworks, which is the animator.
What's your
for the
question,
show.
Jacob?
When Funky started to defend Gooseworks, a lot of people in their chat was bringing up that Gooseworks was racist. And the issue was that Funky, instead of really talking about if they're racist or not, or condemning Gooseworks or anything like that, they actually decided to dismiss all the criticisms stating that Gooseworks was racist. They went on this whole entire rant about how cancel culture always really ruins people, and they always try to do smear campaigns, and they morally grandstand and actually just try to harm people, and they're always trying to cancel indie artists that are just trying to be human, etc. The main issue was that they were dismissing these racist
Do you remember adult jokes? And I do, yeah.
allegations. They were just writing it off as just random hate. Now, remove your bias towards The Amazing Digital Circus or Gooseworks.
Yeah, whatever,
at
yeah.
all. What's important to know is that Funky did not know anything about Gooseworks really at all. And we'll talk about this later in the video. But they didn't know anything about Gooseworks or the
Yeah, I didn't know
Amazing Digital
Gooseworks
Circus
was
at all.
problematic
they don't really
either.
even like the fandom. So you guys might have more information about this whole situation, but Funky did not. Funky did not know anything about it. Instead, they just immediately dismissed all these racist allegations. That was the huge issue, and a lot of people made videos on TikTok, Instagram, etc.
like
talking
this
about
guy.
it because they felt
Drop
like
you
it
a
was
sub.
very inappropriate for a white creator to dismiss people's valid criticisms towards a creator being
That's
racist
fair.
or the
That's
animator
valid.
being racist. And to me, I think that is a valid criticism.
Agreed.
If you're on stream and somebody tells you that the person you're defending is racist,
Agreed.
you probably shouldn't just dismiss that criticism, and you should probably take it seriously. Or if you don't know the truth, you probably shouldn't say anything, because making an assumption and trying to dismiss somebody's valid criticism
Okay,
against
so if that's the drama that they're talking about, I mean, we can sit here and watch this whole video, but I agree. So far, I agree. I do think that as somebody who is white and doesn't know everything that people of color go through, I do think that he has a good point. I do think that you should not jump to defend anybody in any case. I personally, I feel like regardless of if it's about like homophobia, transphobia, like racism, any of that stuff, I feel like I think he's right. I think that you should 100% like have more information before you just shit on somebody or agree with somebody. Like, no matter what side of the coin you fall on, I really feel like you should actually sit down and understand what it is that they're talking about and referring to. Do you remember all the jokes? I do remember that. I don't know if you heard me say that, Jacob, but I do remember those jokes, yeah. I genuinely feel like in this case, in any case, which is why we like go on side quests and stuff on stream so that we can find out what's going on live and you guys can learn information with me. Because I agree. I think that if you are going to be a content creator, I don't think it's cool to make comments on things that you don't understand. In my opinion, I don't, especially like issues like this, especially if it is not a community that you're a part of. If you are not a part of the LGBT or colored or again, whatever the situation may be, you should, if you want to talk about it on stream, you need to go into it and do more research on it before you should say anything. That's my opinion.
somebody who seemingly is racist is very, very disheartening. And for people who are watching Funky stream, they probably felt very hurt by it. So a lot of people had valid criticisms against Funky for dismissing these racist allegations towards Gooseworks. So it got to the point where Funky felt like they needed to put out an apology video about the whole situation, or you can maybe call it an addressing video, just talking about the situation as a whole. And this video
get your facts straight.
is
Absolutely.
the reason why I wanted to make this Marshall Show episode, because I think this is one of the worst apologies a creator has put out.
Oh no.
Maybe not like James Charles or the ukulele apology, but it's a pretty bad apology. And we're gonna go over the apology front to back.
Oh,
but again, I have a few prefaces, because I know a lot of people, when hearing what the criticisms against Funky was, might be like, that's not really anything, it's a nothing burger. But you have to understand, as somebody who's watching...
Well, I don't think it's a nothing burger. I think that it's one... I'll wait.
Your favorite
I'll wait
creator.
till we're
If
done.
they just completely dismiss somebody calling the person they're defending racist, it's gonna make you feel really hurt.
Mhm.
Like if I was a creator and I was defending somebody that was homophobic and I said, hey, you guys always trying to bring creators down, like you're always trying to put a smear campaign. You can't do that. If you're gay or queer in any way, you might take really, 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 really deep offense that I just dismissed your actual feelings.
agree.
So you might be offended. I think that's extremely valid. And again, this has nothing to do if you're a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus or Gooseworks or anything.
Yeah.
Just on the face value, that is something that you probably shouldn't do as a creator, especially at that size. But let's get into the apology video because this shit was ass. So let's start it.
Every single time I have made any attempt to address a negative reaction to something I have said, it has immediately resulted in far worse backlash. I am in every single possible way incentivized to do nothing right now. Everything about this statement will be scrutinized and insulted, from my tone of voice, the fact I'm reading from something
I'm waiting.
I wrote
I'll wait.
beforehand, the way I look, my choice of wording, even the length of the video itself. I've been on the internet for a long time. I know how this works. But there is something about thousands of people calling you a racist that really cannot go unacknowledged.
My Sexy Niche community, when I first heard that first part of the apology, I already knew it probably won't go the way they want it to. And they stated here, they say, no matter what I say, this video will only cause more hatred. And it would only be better for me not to make this video at all. I don't really like the phrasing of
Okay, all right. So, okay. I think that we need to break this down. I think, don't box me right now. We're having a very serious conversation. I think that, first of all, to say that somebody is racist because they were dismissive of complaints that their community brought up is not necessarily a fair statement. However, I do feel that choosing to be dismissive of the statement in the moment was not the right call. I think that... Sorry. Thank you, Jacob. I do think that this is more of a gray area in the sense of, like, I don't know that I would call them racist for dismissing it. However, I do not think that they handled this correctly, and I agree with Marshall. I don't think that starting off your apology video with basically this video has no point is a good way to start your apology video. If you say that this apology is going to be analyzed and it doesn't matter, like, I'm incentivized to not do anything, like, on one hand, yes, that makes sense, because it is more common than not for, even if you try to make amends, for backlash to occur. Like, I totally understand what they're saying. A lot of the time, it's just not worth feeding into the drama on the internet. But I do think, and again, we haven't seen the whole video, so this is just based on what I'm seeing. I don't think that opening was great, because I genuinely do think there was an issue with how the situation was handled. I don't know that I would go so far as to call Frogbait racist, but I do think that they handled this incorrectly, and I think that is what they need to acknowledge. I don't know if they're going to. We're going to get that far. That's where I'm standing. So let's see.
That video, or the first part of that video. I don't like the prefacing, and I feel like that's inconsiderate. And I'm going to tell you why. If this was a situation where you heard that your fan base felt like you were being insensitive or racist because you dismissed their valid criticisms of somebody being racist, I don't think it's appropriate to say, I just probably shouldn't even address this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you felt like you did something wrong, the idea of not addressing it or apologizing would it come across your mind? I feel like if you feel like you have the responsibility to make amends about what you did that was insensitive, there's no shot that you'll think that it's better not to do it. So
Agreed.
The fact that they say, look,
well,
yeah, he's got a point. When I said, welcome back, you boy. So like I said, when he was saying, when Froggy says, there is all the incentive for me not to engage, that is like big media training, genuinely. Like, they teach you, if you have people online who are making claims that you know are just not true or whatever, then it's best to ignore it. That is something that they teach you as far as media, like, not literacy, but media, like, public PR training. They do teach you that. And I think that's what Froggy is trying to do, but again, we just have to wait and see how the apology goes. But based on what I'm seeing, I don't think that they're apologizing for the right thing, or they're not going to be addressing the right thing, and that's what I'm kind of concerned about right now.
Not making this video will probably be the best idea, but I'm going to anyway, tells me that you might not even be that sincere, but maybe I'm just being too woke. So we'll continue, but I really want you guys to understand what I'm saying. But we'll continue on with the apology.
This past Sunday, while playing a game on stream, someone brought up The Amazing Digital Circus. I had just seen a Penguin Zero video about how the last episode was leaked and how the creator Gooseworks had received intense criticism for this, despite it being out of her control. I am not a fan of The Amazing Digital Circus. I have previously expressed my disinterest in the show after the topic had been spammed in my chat during streams multiple times. The community surrounding the show seemed very unpleasant to be a part of, and I honestly did not want to associate with it. Despite this, I still express sympathy for Gooseworks because I want indie art to succeed, even if it's indie art that I don't particularly like. I made the point that while many users claim to want more authentic human-made content, they often treat the humans making it poorly. While talking about this, a handful of users started spamming that Gooseworks was a racist in the chat. While most of my viewers are wonderful and I love to interact with them, there are others who will spam misinformation, insults, and extremely dark subject matter at me while streaming. My moderators are volunteers. They do the best that they can.
Okay. Pause. I have a comment on this. Every content creator has the right to decide what they do and don't want in their chat. Yeah, it goes into your creation, sorry. But I think if you want to shut down conversations like that, again, I think it's important to say, oh, I don't know enough about that. I want to look into that before I make any comment about it. That's what you should do in the situation. If you don't want dark commentary or dark things in your chat, then you need to make that very clear that this is not the place where we need to have that discussion. And if it is something that you genuinely care about or your community is concerned about, then you need to address that your community is concerned about it and that you will do your research if you truly do not know. TLDR is Funky Frog Bait is facing racism allegations because they, instead of addressing the Gooseworks is racist comments that were coming in on their chat, they instead dismissed it and said that they were upset about how cancel culture works and how it harms indie creators and stuff like that. So a lot of the colored community is claiming that Frogbait is racist because they did not address what was being said about Gooseworks, essentially.
These were extremely serious allegations from a fanbase that has developed a very bad reputation online, provided without any context.
Yeah, but that's not a... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Your community can enjoy other things that you don't necessarily engage with. And if it's an allegation like that, depending on the content creator space that you're cultivating, that is still something that should, like, it shouldn't matter to you whether or not your community
comes from a certain, like, you should not brush off their concerns just because some of them engage with another type of media. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what they're saying, but that seems like kind of a leap in logic. Like, I'm not gonna take the accusations seriously because the fandom is a little bit unpleasant, feels a little that feels a little not right.
However, my only knowledge of Gooseworks' behavior at this point with regards to racism was that she had recently made it very clear that racists were not in any way welcome in the Amazing Digital Circus fandom in a very strongly worded tweet. In the moment while streaming, based on the information I had, I shut down the chatters who were making these accusations. I assumed this was just more extreme behavior stemming from the episode leak. I am sorry for how aggressive this response was. It made me very upset because it touched on something that had been weighing on me for a while. That harassment campaigns online under the guise of accountability have gotten out of control. That these harassment campaigns often spread misinformation. That the purpose of these call-outs or cancellations or whatever you want to call them is often not effective at actually preventing harm, but it is very effective at finding a righteous justification for doing harm to someone else.
Okay, so let's summarize real quick so we know we're on the same page. Funky was stating that they didn't think the community was being serious because the community is already known to be toxic, especially right now because of the whole last episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. So they didn't take the allegations seriously at all.
That's where I think we fucked up. I think that's not cool. It does not matter to me what other media you engage in. It does not matter because it's like, I mean, let's talk about furries, right? Like, furries always get this bad rap for various different reasons, but or any kind of like generalization. Just because your community has a bad rap does not necessarily mean that the entire community is like are bad people. It's the loud minority 9 times out of 10. If you have 10 followers and one of those followers is racist and loud and throwing around untrue accusations, it's easier to handle that. But if you have 1 million followers, 10% of 1 million is like, that's a lot for somebody to moderate. That is a lot of people that you can't weed out of your community. Like, I don't think that you should treat allegations from any community as not serious just because of the rap that the fandom has. My issue with this is I understand why people are upset. Again, based on what I've seen, I will not go as far as to say that Funky Frogbait is racist, but I would say that they handled this incorrectly. As somebody who has a community, as somebody who could potentially have any number of any community within their own, I don't think choosing to ignore allegations like that is the correct choice in any case. Like, if they had come back later, I mean, again, maybe they will in this apology, but I don't get those vibes. If they had come back later and said, okay, I did my research, like, this is how I feel about it now, like, and then people were calling them racist, and then people were upset, and it turned out to be rightfully so, I think it would be a totally different conversation. Totally different conversation. The issue that I have with this, and maybe this is just, you know, my narrow point of view, as the kind of content creator that I am and the kind of content that I make, but if somebody is going to say that, you know, some, like, the Amazing Digital Circus, if somebody came to me and said, oh, the content creator is racist, I would be like, oh, I didn't know about that. I'm going to go find out more about that to see how I feel about it. Like, I don't, even if, like, you don't want to talk about this kind of stuff on your stream, whatever, you can still make it clear, like, hey, I don't want to talk about this right now. I appreciate you telling me, like, I'll go out of my way to do some research and maybe I'll make a comment on it later. But this is not the time or place. I'm not saying that the allegations are false. I'm not saying that Gooseworks is or is not anything. Like, that is how I feel you should address this type of situation. Because because whether you like it or not, like, you are a public figure with a very large community that some people may take comfort in, and to dismiss their concerns like that is not okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with just saying, I don't know enough about it, and I'm sorry that I don't have any. I think that immediately jumping to, like, defending them and saying the hate train is all this other stuff, that's not a good look. But I do think, even if you don't understand, like, the depth of, like, everything that's happening, why not just tell your chat, your community that honestly? Why not just say, I don't have enough information, I didn't know that that was going on, and I would like to look into it further, but I don't have any, like, I don't have any input on that until I have more information, and I appreciate you bringing it to my attention, but this is not the conversation, like, this is not the place to have that conversation. But I think depending on your other content, like, I don't know, I think it's a very gray area with a lot of stuff going on, but I digress. Well, we'll keep going.
Heard about Gooseworks was that they didn't want anyone who's racist to be in the community. So after knowing that, they thought that everybody was lying or being, like, trolly about these racist allegations. That's the entire context. Now let's talk about if that context is valid and if it actually absolves them of any criticism in the first place. Because I understand not trusting a toxic community. But if you don't trust what they're saying, I think it's probably best to not have a very hard stance on the topic. If you don't know what the answer is, if you don't know what's true or not, you don't have to take what your chat is saying at face value. If you don't trust them, you don't trust them. There's no reason to put this crazy take and rant about something that you don't even know 100% is true or not, especially with the severity of the claims. Again, if I was a creator and I said something or defended a person who was known to be homophobic, and when my chat says, hey, they're homophobic, even if I didn't believe them, I'm not going to be like, I know for a fact they're not homophobic and you guys are lying. That's not something I should do. And that's not a very responsible thing to do at all.
Okay, so he just said what I just said. It's not good. It's not something that you should treat with such, like, nonchalant, like, laissez-faire. I agree. I think this guy, I like this guy. This guy's got good takes. I like him.
I think even with the context, I think it's valid for people to still look at you and say, hey, what you did was irresponsible. And I think if some people were deeply offended, if they think you're racist because of it, that's their prerogative to have. And I don't think it's fair for you to tell them that they shouldn't feel that way.
Agreed.
Especially because you're the one who didn't do the due diligence when hearing that the person you're defending is racist. Now, am I saying that Funky is racist? I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that if somebody came to that conclusion because of their mistake, then that's valid for them to have that feelings. That's what happens when you make a mistake. You are going to get people who feel a certain way about you, and maybe it's unfair, but it might happen. But let's continue the apology video.
I have since done my research, as I have been asked to do. What I found were certainly not things I would ever post. From what I can tell, they were intended to be jokes, but I personally didn't find them funny, and it makes sense that they would disturb people.
Okay, so let's talk about Gooseworks, because Funky just now already stated that they saw the reason why people are calling them racist, and they don't agree with what Gooseworks was saying either, and they wouldn't really want to, endorse that at all, nor do they agree with that. So let's talk about what Gooseworks did, because I did a lot of research in trying to figure out what they did, and all I could find, and if I'm wrong, I want you guys to actually correct me. All I found is that they did make some insensitive, racy, incestual jokes in the past. To me, I'm not one to just go, oh, it's just edgy jokes, who cares, right? Edgy jokes aren't funny to me. I think edgy jokes do cause harm. If that's something you don't believe in, that's your prerogative. But I think it's fair for people to call you racist if you make a lot of edgy jokes, especially if those jokes are on the back of discriminated against groups. I'm not the edgy joke person. This whole thing doesn't really matter in my opinion, because Funky already stated that they don't agree with anything that Gooseworks did. nor would they want to endorse what Gooseworks
Hi, Chase.
did.
Thank you for logging
So I feel
in.
like going through the semantics of seeing if Gooseworks is really, really racist or not, I don't think matters to the point that people are trying to make against Funky to begin with, because again, in the beginning, they didn't even know.
Yeah, so I think I appreciate Marshall. I don't want to. I want you guys to go check out their content, so I'm not going to sit here and play the whole thing.
But I can't do anything about it. If you believe, as many people have stated, that I'm just another fake white queer that likes to live out rather than meaningfully critique the evils of white supremacy and capitalism, I disagree with you. But I accept that I can't change your mind.
Okay, so here's what my problem is, and this is why I started to get annoyed by their apology. Because when they're stating,
Sorry, Marshall, I just want other people to check out your stuff instead of watching my stream.
Shows a lack of sincerity. And we're going to continue on to this video because it doesn't really get much better in my opinion.
What I refuse to accept is the people filling my comment sections so obviously delighted to prove that I have been secretly bigoted and hypocritical all this time after everything that I have posted. I refuse to accept the glee with which they finally feel justified to say extremely cruel things about me as a person. I refuse to accept people dropping isolated claims that I am racist on several social media platforms, completely separated from the context of the original video, likely leading many of my followers to believe that if they are not white, I do not value or advocate for them, which is not true. This behavior is disgusting, exactly what I was addressing on stream, and I do not accept it as valid criticism.
This is the main...
in my voice with my face attached to it. I don't think it's unfair to ask for the same level of vulnerability. This may be entertaining drama for you, but it is not to me. I cannot prove to you that I'm a good person. I can only continue to make content about weird topics I find interesting, raise awareness and donate to help communities that need it, and try to make people laugh, because that's the whole reason I started doing this. Whether you continue to watch me or not is up to you.
And that's it. There was no apology.
Yeah, you just have to shake your head because it never. Okay. Okay. That was an apology video. Okay. So here okay. All right. I have to put my thoughts together. I find it ridiculous because, and I'm saying this as somebody who is a fan of Funky Frog Bait. I was interested in this drama because this is a creator that I look up to and am inspired by content-wise. The way that Funky is handling this is not good. Because instead of acknowledging that they fucked up and didn't address that their community could have been hurt by this, they only used it as evidence of what their original point was about cancel culture and hating on content creators and whatever. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with believing that, because I do think sometimes that people just jump on the hate train and blow things out of proportion. I genuinely do believe that that does happen. I really do. It's really easy for people to just harp on something without truly understanding the context and just dragging down a creator because they don't like them or whatever. I do genuinely believe that that is a problem. But with that being their original point, and them basically using this video to justify their point, is not addressing the issue. I think that a lot of content creators forget that when you are making your content, and when you are a content creator like Funky Frog Bait, that makes content that gives people, minorities, a safe space. Oh my god, you scared the shit out of me. Thank you for the sub, Near. Anyway, I think when you make content like Funky Frog Bait makes, I think that it is irresponsible to not take allegations like this seriously, because you could really, really hurt your community. And maybe my opinion as a content creator differs from most bigger content creators, because I know that no matter what I put out, not everybody in my community is going to be happy with it, and I totally understand that. But no matter what, I still want my community to feel as though each and every one of them is important to me and my community. And if one of them brings up that some media that I am promoting is causing them harm, or has a creator that has allegations like that against them, for me, that is something that you need to take seriously, whether or not the fandom has a bad rap or not, because I have enough faith in the people in my community to bring this up to me because they want me to know. Whether or not, like, my opinion changes about the creator or the content or whatever, when everything is said and done, it is important that your community understands that they feel that you are hearing them, that these concerns that they're raising to you are concerns that you are taking seriously. They are concerns that you care about, that you care about how safe they feel in your community. Thank you. I feel that this is a mess. This is just a mess that Froggy got themselves into that never needed to happen. Never, ever needed to happen. If only they had just said, I don't know enough about that. I will do my due diligence, instead of doubling down right then and there about how cancel culture hurts creators, how a lot of this is like just whistleblowing, or not whistleblowing, but the boy who cried wolf. Like, that is a terrible decision to make when you're making content. Terrible decision. And then when your apology video is just doubling down on your original point, yeah, like, you fucked up. This is all, unfortunately, a consequence of Froggy's own actions and irresponsibility, like Marshall was saying, and please go check them out because they seem like a sweetheart. I really like their stuff so far in this one video I've seen. And this is somebody who I am a fan of Froggy. I personally am a fan of Froggy. And this just makes me shake my head, because I understand the point they're making. This was not the play. They should have told their community, this is not the place to have this discussion, if they didn't want to talk about it on stream. But I will do more research into this. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for bringing it on my my radar. And it's just really disappointing. Like, it's really disappointing to see this, because it's just like, you know, in my opinion, you have no right to be mad when... I mean, you have no right to be mad after this particular apology video. I understand being upset, people attacking you, saying, you know, attacking your character, all this other stuff. Like, I totally understand how that would be hurtful, but the way you addressed it was not the way you should have. You should have, in my opinion, you should have said, you know what, I messed up. I wasn't taking, you know, you guys seriously, and I'm very sorry, because that's not okay. I don't know. Overall, bad call. Just a bad call. Bad call. And it really sucks. And like I said, I would not go so far as to say that Froggy is racist, but I am also not the one to make that call. I am not the person that affects. I am not the person that can make those claims. Like, I personally would not make that claim. But that's not my place. So, it is not my place to say. So... that was a nice little side side quest. Thank you guys for sitting through it with me. Yeah, kind of disappointing. Really sad, but yeah, I don't know. Really, really sad. I think that the way that Froggy handled this was very, very terrible. Very terrible. Very, very terrible. But that's my thoughts. Thank you for coming with me on the side quest. We're gonna go back to listening to our music and doing art stuff. We don't want to talk Angel Ninja. I already talked about it when I started stream. You were supposed to show up earlier. Alright, well thank you everybody for hanging out with me on that side quest. Now we can chill. Let's see what... Did your boy send the project? Why would you talk about it without me here? Because it was part of my intro stuff. I don't know what to tell you. You're supposed to be here when I start, Nira. You can't be mad. You can't be mad. Okay, let me see this cover here that was posted. I like this more than the original, actually. Makes me want to battle. I genuinely think this is better than the original, in my opinion. Wow. That was pretty good. I actually thought that was better than the original. Well done, you boy. Well done. Well done. Well done. Chase, are you doing art fight this year? Huh? No? Thanks for letting me hang on, and I'm gonna go listen to music and clean a little bit. Alright, Malware, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good time cleaning. I could never. You could make your little doodles, Chase. Your little meme doodles. I'm even not giving a fuck about my life and schedule. I got back to normal work on Wednesday, so if we want to do true crime, we have to pick a different day. Why? Nira! Why? Why you do this to me? What other days do you have available? I was looking forward to fucking true crime this Wednesday, you fuck. Damn it. I'm just asleep for work, and we're Wednesday and Thursday. Blah. 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 I don't know what to tell you, because Tuesdays is my Hannah hangout day. Although when she moves to Norway, I guess that will, be absolved for a little bit, so... Unless you can start true crime right after you finish streaming. Well, I can't, because I have to fucking go to lunch and all that afterward, unfortunately. You fucked up the schedule, Nira! Back to normal, Neon. I have to leave my house at 3 p.m. your time to get work on time. Fix it! Go back to the other way. Go back to leaving my cat alone for a week at a time, living out of a hotel room and having to worry about money every day. I'm good, dude. I guess. Chion. I was trying to do it later on Wednesday, but I'll be at work. Well, you can't watch it if you're at work. Damn it. We'll figure it out. You just have to let me know. Is there any day that you're off consistently, or do you have a 2-3 schedule like my family? I can't really must be unless someone needs me. I'm back to my 2-2-3. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I'm just going back to every other week like it was before. Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. That's fine. Have I mentioned I hate Mondays? Why do you hate Mondays, Kit? Is it just a Monday? Just one of those days? Keep me away from Neon. Oh, well, we're not doing a whole lot, so it's not like you're missing anything. We're just doing art stuff. Doing art fight stuff because I am mega behind and I don't know how to plan properly because I'm not responsible.
Oh. And then after this, I have more packing shit to do.
And maybe if I have some time left over, I can upload another clip, but I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Krabs. I don't know. Maybe. Art Kung Fu? Exactly. What do you think Art Kung Fu looks like? I guess Kung Fu Panda. Po. Po is an artistic Kung Fu masterpiece. Speaking of which, I love those movies. Did you guys know that the original plan for the last Kung Fu Panda was that Tai Lung and Po were supposed to be like each other's Master Shifu and Oogway? Do you know that? And then the fucking studio execs shot it down. It's very upsetting. I thought it would have been better the other way. I think that it should have been that they ended up being each other's, like, teachers and stuff. But then they fucked it. Martial art. Martial art. You know, it's bullshit, like, how so many good shows and stuff end up getting cut short because some exec said fuck you or made a dumb decision. That happened with Steven Universe, I think. I'm pretty sure that Steven Universe, they told, what's her name, Rebecca Sugar, I think, whoever it is, that made Steven Universe. And they said, well, you can either get your marriage scene, or you get another season. And she stayed true to the character, was like, I want my marriage scene, my wedding scene. So they were like, aight! And then they had to cram, like, the rest of the fucking series into one season. Panda's only a trilogy bias. No, I agree. I agree. At least I think so. I don't remember. What was the fourth one even about again? I don't fucking remember. I don't fucking know, man. I just remember the second one had Shen in it. And I don't remember what... the third one had to do with, like, the chi and stuff. I don't know what the fourth one is. I didn't know that the fourth one... maybe I'm just... maybe I chose to forget, but I don't even remember it coming out. I think it is one of the unfortunate, like, IPs that just got so popular that they were just like, milk it. And there was a show, too. I don't know if it was any good. My girlfriend said it was interesting, but I think she ended up dropping it because it was, like, just got dumb. Speaking of milking IPs, does anybody have an update on the Palworld Nintendo lawsuit situation? Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff going around saying that they lost it. There is no Kung Fu Panda or Embossing Say. That's great. How to Train Your Dragon is one of the greatest trilogies. You know, actually, I didn't really watch many after the first one. Like, I thought that the other ones were fine, but I didn't really go out of my way to watch any of them. I thought that the live-action remake was not bad. And you know, I found out that they didn't get the original Hiccup to do it because, he said that he was famous enough already. Like, he just didn't want all of the fame that came with being a well-established actor. He's like, I'm famous enough already, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. Did you... the guy who played, what the fuck is his name? Hold on. James Franco. James Franco is officially, he has, he's been blacklisted from Hollywood. No official lost case will be decided in November. Okay, okay. So we still have some time then. And I guess he got blacklisted because he was a fucking sex pest. Even to the point where, like, Seth Rogen, his, like, movie buddy, writing buddy, like, was disowned him, basically. Rest in peace, Swick the Vesk, yeah. Because Palworld made a couple of charges. The damages are down from 40 million to 10k, 30k. Holy shit. Apparently they announced they're not focusing on all of Palworld, just the versions that violated their patent. I doubt they'll win because everything is... That's fucking ridiculous, dude! Like, what the fuck? In the earliest versions of the game where it wasn't even, like, out yet, they're gonna sue them for that? It's fucking ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Nintendo, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you like this? It is so upsetting that such a beloved, like, that a company with so many beloved IPs is just throwing a tantrum when somebody has decent competition. It's ridiculous. And that's coming from a Pokemon fan. How to Train Your Dragon 2 made me sad. Yeah, that's fair. Just saying. Just fucking ridiculous, dude. I just don't understand. And Crafton too, isn't Crafton looking into like different strats or whatever to get at fucking Unknown Worlds for their bullshit they've pulled? And Crafton was not happy with the result that they got because they're fucking idiots. I just love Pokemon Smut. Joking? Also, maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like more, like, the fucking Palworld designs of the actual pals are so much better than so many of the Pokemon designs that have been coming out. Maybe that's a hot take, but, like, I have found myself loving the Palworld designs more than fucking Pokemon designs in recent years, definitely. Like, I just think that the Palworld designs are a lot better for the pals. Can't sleep! Well, welcome back, Guinness. Whew, yawn. Gotta go back to drawing. Do it! Yeah, I don't know. I just think that Palworld's fucking PAL designs are so much better than a lot of the recent Pokemon designs. A lot of better than most of the Pokemon designs, I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion. I just like Palworld's designs more for a lot of them. Ow, I just hurt myself. That's not good. It's a losing battle. There are Monster Hunter Stories games and the Dragon Quest series we can catch in battle. They also don't give a crap about cassette beasts. I think it's only because everyone called it Pokemon with guns. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, and it sucks because that fucking patent that they thankfully repealed, but like originally, the way that it was written, they could have gone through to after anybody, literally anybody. Like even games like fucking Honkai Star Rail were at risk because at the time that the patent was filed, Star Rail had just introduced a new playstyle, which was summoning things, and that they could like wander around outside of battle and stuff. Like it was bad. It was just such a fucking miss whatever on the patent office's part. And I heard that they also combined that merger between fucking Warner Bros. and Paramount Entertainment. I heard that went through. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Now I have to try to fucking do Zin's eyeball. This is gonna be the worst part of all this. Because I'm not good at drawing round lines that are straight. Chan. You remember the first gaming console you had? Are you talking the first console that was mine? Or the first console that I ever interacted with? Because they are different. Like, it belonged to my father, so, like, it was in the house, but it wasn't mine. Like, I couldn't just play it whenever. Or are you talking about, like, the one that was mine? Either one I don't mind. So, my first console, the one that was mine, and mine alone, that I could play with whenever I wanted to, was the DS Lite. I had a rose pink Nintendo DS Lite, and let me tell you, that was absolutely crucial for my development as a child. Like, that thing was my life. I would take it everywhere. I would stay up late playing it. I loved that shit. First console I ever bought myself was the Switch. Yeah, same here. But mine was the Splatoon Switch OLED, I think. But yeah. And then the first ever console that I interacted with that was, like, that I actually played was my dad's NES. I think it was the reason that I have such a, like, soft spot for, like, retro gaming. I really, really think that, like, 80s gaming, like, you know, arcade machines and pinball, like, I think that stuff's really, really, really cool. And I still, like, go to arcades and stuff like that today, just because I think it's really cool. Especially pinball. I love pinball. I have the fucking Pinball FX, you know, the fucking, the video game that's supposed to replicate different tables and stuff like that. I have that. Because I just fucking love pinball. I think pinball is awesome. And there was one, so those of you who don't know, I'm a huge, huge Tron Legacy fan. And they actually, once they had a Tron pinball machine that at the arcade my dad used to take me at. I only ever got to play it once, and the next time I went back they had gotten rid of it, and I was so sad because I loved that movie. That feeling when the Wii is retro. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm right there with you. The Wii was good too. I loved my Wii. I was just a Nintendo kid growing up. I really loved my Nintendo games. Big time. The first console I got was the Sega Dreamcast, then the one I played the most was PlayStation. You had a Dreamcast? Crazy. It's so easy to forget that once upon a time, Sega was part of the fucking console race, and they were like, nope, we're not doing this. Sure did. Wild. Old. Shh. I'm just giving you a hard time. My first console I had for myself was a Nintendo 2DS. And the console for my whole house was my older brother's Xbox 360. I remember seeing him come home from skating with friends, and I'd clap in excitement to see my older brother, and when he'd play and give me a controller with no batteries, and I thought I was playing too. Yeah, I think that's just a universal experience. My brother and I never had enough of interest in the same games. Like, he was never into the games that I played, and I was never into the games that he played, because he liked to play, like, Call of Duty and, like shooter games, and I was more, like I said, like, I grew up on Nintendo. I grew up on Pokemon games. That was my shit. I played another game that I remember had a lot of, like, impact on me as a child was Fossil Fighters. I fucked heavy with that game. I loved that game. I still do. Sometimes I still pick it up and play it. That game fucking slaps, and I will die on that hill. I loved that fucking game. My dad had a Dreamcast. Only 2 games were Sega Bass Fishing and RE Code Veronica. I was a baby who sucked at games, so I only fished. I honestly thought I'd love if Nintendo dropped consoles and became third party. Give me all the Mario on PC, yeah. I mean, it's like I was saying before, I think that Nintendo has some great IPs, but I think they just end up fucking milking a lot of them into the ground, like Pokemon. I think Pokemon used to be so much better, and I genuinely think it's because at the time that I was growing up, it was in such a sweet spot. Like, gaming was not the fucking cash grab it is today. Like, it was genuinely, like, people were trying new things and innovating and making new stuff and trying to appeal to all audiences, and I don't know, I think gaming is just different now. Maybe I'm just old and, you know, like boomer, just being like, back in my day, which is what my girlfriend says, but I don't know, I genuinely think that, like, the early 2000s was, in my opinion, the golden era of gaming. You know, back when games had to work when they came out, and there wasn't, like, patches or anything like that, and the game had to be complete when it came out. I don't know. Like I said, I think it was just back then, I think it was genuinely the golden era of gaming. Trigger DMs, that is the game I played religiously on the Dreamcast. Alright, hold on. There was no such thing as post-release. Exactly! Exactly! You bought the game and it was done! That's silly, Nira. Metallica's Fuel in the soundtrack. That's silly. It's different. Now everything's about post-launch DLC or battle passes. Remember how Donkey Kong Bonanza got DLC after 1 fucking month? Yeah. And so they don't have to release the game at full anymore at launch. They don't have to do that. It's one thing, I think, if it's, like, early access or whatever, but, like, now it's just... That's not even what it is anymore. It's just, like, we don't have to release the whole game. Even with Pokemon, they announced the DLC. Yeah, like, that's what I mean, though. Games had to be complete, and they had to fit in the size that they were given when they released. Now, you don't have to do that. And so, honestly, like, there's less optimization, because there's more space to work with, and people just don't care about optimizing stuff. Like, I don't know, it just sucks. Yeah, I should play Seaman. I don't know what Seaman is. Ghost Ship does it right nowadays. DLC is cosmetics to support the devs, yeah. I just miss when gaming was, like, not predatory and people just made games. Companies made games that were fun and interesting. And actually innovated, too. Like, the Nintendo DS was, like, it was so innovative. It was so, like, it was so good for its time. I don't know. The dual screen and the bottom screen being touched, like, I don't know. Man, I miss 2000s gaming. I remember watching my older brother play Call of Duty World at War, and it was, like, watching him kill Nazis, and I was just focused on the noise and the dialogue and having no clue what's happening, yeah. It's just different now. Things are different. Things have changed. It's less about making game and more about making money, and so they figure they can release something subpar at release and then fix it later because they want the money. And like I said, even as a long-time, like, Pokemon fan, it's just so exhausting at this point. Like, I still buy them hoping that this one's gonna be better, but I'm just so tired. And then I think that's why it makes me so sad that Nintendo was so upset about Palworld, because Palworld was one of the best games for Pokemon fans to come out in so long. And genuinely, like, I have been asking for a Pokemon, like, care sim for decades, and I still have not gotten that. But instead, they will continue to rehash the same fucking formula over and over and over again. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. Like, at what point are we going to try something new? I just... Even, like, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I still feel like was one of the better Pokemon games, one of the better modern Pokemon games, the formula of turn-based combat was still there. It was just slightly different. And it's just not enough. Like, it's not enough, in my opinion, to convince people to stick with it still. And they lay off millions a year because they made 10 billion instead of 11. Yeah, like it's just ridiculous. It's so sad. And there are games that are there that they give, even Splatoon, and I love Splatoon. Like, I am a die-hard Splatoon fan and have been for a really long time. But even the Splatoon Raiders, like, I saw that, and in my opinion, it makes me sad because Splatoon Raiders is what Splatoon 3's campaign should have been. Is what it should have been, but instead, in order to get what your experience should have been with Splatoon 3's campaign, you have to buy a separate console because it's Switch 2 exclusive and the game, which I think is ridiculous. Like, I think that that's not, it shouldn't have been that way. It'll never be better Neon and $10 for Pokemon. Yeah, no, exactly though. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted something where I could care for these Pokemon, not just fight. I just want a Call of Duty World at War remaster. I mean, they just ported Black Ops 1 and 2 to PS5 for $80 each, not a remaster, just a port. Yeah, just a port for $80? That's insane. That is ridiculous. Maybe a remaster, but like, that is crazy. Even a remaster, that's kind of egregious. Splatoon 3 where you fight Jeff Bezos. Yeah. $8 is disgusting for 16-year-old games, yeah. But yeah, and like I said, Splatoon 3, again, the campaign should have been what Splatoon Raiders is. But they just are milking, they're just milking the IP, and it's fucking it up, just like they did with Pokemon. I don't know about Mario so much. I feel like Mario kind of is suffering from that too. They just need to stop. Like, it just needs to stop. As my whole childhood, I will pay. I mean, I don't mean to be that guy, but Black Ops 2 is 12 or 13, and Black Ops is... It doesn't matter. The point is, the game is over a decade old, and when it came out, it was probably $30. They're charging you $80, so more than 100% for a port. Not a remaster, not clearer graphics, a port. That's unacceptable. If a game is older, if the game when it came out is $40, and that's highballing it back then, I think. If a game is $40 at release, and they come back and port it, don't make it look pretty, don't fix any of the controls, don't add anything, it should not cost over 100% more. It does not matter. All of the Call of Duty games were $60 on release. No, surely it wasn't 60. It had to have been less at some point. That does not sound accurate. I say having no actual knowledge of the thing that I'm talking about. Surely that's not it. It was 6. Bops came out in 2010, actually. Games were 50, 60 back in the day, too. Oh, I was there. It was 60. Was it 60? That's crazy. I did grow up on Nintendo games, so I was under the impression all games were like $30. Still, though, ridiculous to mark it up $20 for a port and not a remaster. In my humble opinion, as someone who never played the games. NES games were $50 back in the 80s. Were they really? Jesus. I'm fucking out of touch. Now it's like 110 for Black Ops 7 or something. That's fucking insane. Well, I agree the price of games never went up with inflation until recently, yeah. So if they sold again for $60, it'd be worth less than 15 years ago. Crazy. So sad. I don't know, I get it, though. Like, I feel like a game that's just a port should not be worth $80. I don't know, that's just my take. We are living in a capitalist hellscape. It's just the bottom line. And we get Black Ops 7 Vault Edition. It's $149.95. Any other games unnecessary when every game has predatory monetization prices. Although, no, that's true. That's true. If a game has monetization for, like, in-app purchases and stuff, I think it is kind of ridiculous to charge $80 for it. I don't know, I feel like if I'm gonna buy a game, I want to play the game, like, I don't know, I want it to be the full experience. I don't want to have to spend more money to enjoy the game. Feels kind of ridiculous. The oldest Call of Duty on PlayStation at the moment is still $100. There isn't a chance that DLC comes with the game, but I'm not certain. Well, I'm glad that I am not a Call of Duty fan, I guess. I'm not interested in that. Although, I am a Pokemon fan, so, like, I also take it up the ass. So. I doubt it, yeah. Activision has become the second Nintendo. What's your favorite big back meal? I don't know what that means. Good question. Oh, if it means what I think it means. Thinking out, you know, I don't know that I really have one. I don't really eat a lot. Like, I know I've talked about it on stream about how, like, I am a bigger person and you would assume that I eat a lot, but I don't. So I don't really have anything that I can think of that's, like, my favorite. Probably because my dopamine meals change. Like, sometimes I can sit down and eat a bunch of, like, Oreos or whatever, and other times it'll be, like, fries or something, but I don't really have a favorite, I would say. And I don't like to eat a lot, so... I get yelled at all the time for skipping meals from my GIF. I do like steak, though. I mean, I guess. I don't know. Call of Duty and Pokemon. Thanks, Kit! Let's not go to assumptions. I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't have one, like, I don't really have a meal that I can think of like that because I don't eat a lot. Like, despite what it may seem like to others who see me on the street, I don't really have a lot of meals that I sit down and eat a lot of the time. Usually, I don't know. There isn't really a food that I can think of that I could, like, I mean, I like Oreos a lot, but, like, when they're not my dopamine food, I don't care if they're around or not.
Listen!
You've never had, like, a McGangbang? No? I like pizza, I guess. I mean, pizza is probably my favorite food, but, like, I don't know. I like little, like pepperoni rolls or whatever, where they like take pizza dough and then they roll it out and they put like cheese on it and then pepperoni. But that's it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Food is one of the things in my, like, I enjoy food, but I can't really think of like a lot of food that I could just sit and eat straight. I feel like all food I would get sick of after a while. I do like sandwiches. Try egg Jamaco next. I like one meal a day and that's dinner because I don't like breakfast. The black stuff around the egg makes me cringe. Much as it with the black stuff. Are you burning your egg? Is your Teflon coming off on your egg, Guinness? That's probably what that is. We get a double cheeseburger and a chicken sandwich at McDonald's and put the chicken between the burgers. Oh, that sounds gross. VHS pizza and Chinese food and pizza, they're my favorite food. I don't like Chinese food. I feel bad because I know people really love it and it's really beloved, but like, I just can't. Like, I've tried so many different dishes. I don't like it. I just don't. Cast iron. Cast iron's a bitch to clean though, isn't it? Because then it gets like rusty. I'm the same with sushi, can't stand it. There is one kind of sushi that I like, and I have to be in the mood for it to really eat it. I can have like one piece and then I'm done. That's it, that's my fill. And it's like, you know that people really like it and you know it's good, but I just don't. It's fucking mosquito. If you go to Australia, try an HSP. I don't know what that is. If you dry it instantly, it won't rust. You also have to season it. What does that mean? Clearly, I'm not good at cooking. I tried to make salmon last night. It was not good. It was an exercise in futility. I just suck at cooking. The most I can do is throw water and noodles in a pot, and that is how I cook. Which is really sad because there's lots of foods out there I think I would like to try, but I can't cook them. I suck at it. Halal snack pack. It's chips covered in cheese and meat. Normally lamb and chicken covered in your sauce of choice. It's good food after not eating all day. I see, I see. I think you've told me about this once before. This sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, I have. Okay, that's what I thought. Excuse me. I love pizza. There's a pizza place I go to, like 40-minute drive. It's bar too. They do pizza, shrimp, and a strange sauce. It's really good. Strange sauce is not something you want to hear on your pizza. Not something you want to hear. I asked my girlfriend once, I showed her a video of, like, you know how people do, like, table side, like, whatever, where they, like, do whatever needs to be done to your food while you're at the table, and they stand next to you while they do it. I asked my girlfriend once if she would be okay with that, like, if that is an experience that she would want to be, or, like, be open to, and she told me once, I want whatever is going to be done at my food, to my food, to be done before it gets to me. Like, I do not want people manhandling my food. And I was like, you know what? Fair. Valid concern. Totally valid. Oh, look at my Zin. Isn't she beautiful? I went to a steak restaurant in Canberra. They do gold ribs. It's absolutely ridiculous, and plain steak is like $70. I think that's any steak place anymore. Have you ever looked at, like, the price of one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants? It's fucking insane. Like, genuinely. It is so much money. So much money to eat at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. for me, because I took it there and close to 200 wasn't on my bank account and it really hurt my wallet. I mean, yeah. I think unfortunately, especially places like that is expensive. It's just the way it be, though. That's the way things are heading. Everything is expensive. But I didn't realize it is noon, which means it's time for me to go. So, thank you everybody so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the new follows, all the new people who popped in. I really, really appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me that you guys decided to hang out, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do more art stuff, probably. Maybe we'll switch gears to Power Wash. I haven't decided. But I really do greatly appreciate you guys coming and supporting me and being here. It means a lot. So, I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye!